from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California, home of Thompson Boxing, now in their third decade of doing business, bringing you the most exciting fights here in Southern California. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Beto Duran, alongside the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine, Doug Fisher, fresh from the Boxing Hall of Fame. We're going to get into that throughout the fight tonight. Doug, we are back at the Doubletree, and as always, Alex Campanovo, matchmaker for Thompson Boxing, has given us a good card. The main event tonight, 118-pounders, Saul, the B. Sanchez, and Eros Correa. And you look at the records, both of them with one loss, both of them with some knockout power. This should be a barn burner main event.
Yeah, I mean, bantamweights usually are, and I think this is a very good matchup. With Sanchez, you got a guy who's already earned contender status. Yeah. He's climbing that ladder to a title shot soon. It could happen next year, so he can't afford to lose. And Eros Correa is just one bout removed from a loss that we witnessed here. So when that happens, a fire is lit in a fighter's belly. And with his boxing skills and that amateur background, I think he's going to prove to be an interesting opponent for Saul Sanchez.
Yeah, and if you look at the 118-pound division, I tweeted this a couple of weeks ago. Sal told me, Sal the Beast said, I want to get in there the mix. And then you, Doug, told me, there's a guy named the Monster. I'm like, Doug, come on now. The nickname, the Monster, and holy smokes, he was on the cover of Ring Magazine a few series ago. Anyway, you mentioned that name in the division. Holy smokes, it's a fun division.
He's the top. He's the #1 guy at 118 pounds. He's the Ring Magazine champion. He's almost undisputed. He has all but one belt. He's rated #1 pound for pound by the Ring right now. So that lets you know how tough a division bantamweight is. And just to give you an idea of this, the other bantamweight that has a major world title is a guy named Paul Butler. He has the WBO belt. And I tell you what, if Sal looks good tonight, Sal should target this guy. But he's number 10 in Ring Magazine's rankings. That's how deep the 118-pound rankings are. But Saul Sanchez, he's knocking on the door of a Ring Magazine ranking. And he's getting that attention right now to where he's starting to get offers. If he keeps winning, he's going to get a shot against these top fighters. And
Saul Sanchez had a huge knockout over a year ago where he knocked out Oshiri, I believe.
Yeah, Jaleik Bogle.
Yes. On Showbox, and what a show that he put on. That's our main event tonight. So wherever you may be around Southern California, around the world, we know you like to interact with us. We'll check all the mentions on Facebook and on Twitter. Interact with us. Let us know where you're watching from. There's 5 fights coming your way. Doug, our guy, Henry Ramirez, is going to be busy. He has 3 fighters tonight, and he's really excited about these young guys. I love seeing a guy like Henry bring the guys in, and when you hear him say he's excited, I like that. You like that.
And he likes fighters that have fan-friendly styles, and all 3 of these guys do.
And for more on tonight's undercard, let's go to the third member of our crew, the one and only Jessica Rosales.
Your way of staying interactive with us right here tonight during the fights.
Jess, we're going to start over again. Start over. We just got your mic.
All right, guys, we've got this all figured out now. I just wanted to make sure you guys could hear me. So let's talk about the app. Now, this is absolutely free, and it is honestly one of the best ways for you guys to watch the fights that we have. Head over to your app store, search Thompson Boxing, and download it. Like I said, it is free. This is the best way to watch the fights, whether you're at work, if you are out with your friends, or if you're just at home and you want to connect it to your TV and have a sweet setup, you can do that too. Of course, you can also keep up to date with all the latest news on all of our fighters. Again, that is the Thompson Boxing app. It is absolutely free. Best way to stay up to date with us. Now, while we're talking about social media, let's also mention that hashtag Thompson Boxing. We want to hear from everyone that is watching tonight, whether it is your comments on the fights, whether it is just a shout out and you want to let us know where you're watching from. Send that in. Make sure you use that hashtag Thompson Boxing so we can be on the lookout for your comments. Another thing, if you have a question for either Doug or Beto, use that same hashtag. I'll be sending them all your questions. I'll be bugging them with it all night long. And in the main event, this is going to be really fun. We've got George El Yuyu Acosta. He'll be joining both those guys. So if you have any questions for him, Best way to get those questions to him, of course, are going to be with that hashtag Thompson Boxing. So let's get interactive tonight. Let's have some fun, all right? Now, we've got a lot of fights to talk about tonight, but let's start with our co-main event. This one is going to be a fun one. We've got Jaleik the Freak Bogle. He's making his way from Tampa, Florida to face Loui Lopez tonight. That fight is scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Again, that is our co-main event. Now, in the main event, this one's going to be pretty exciting. We'll be seeing Saul Sanchez. He's going to be making his 2022 debut. We last saw him in December. He'll be facing Eros Correa, and he told us, I've been in the ring with much tougher guys than him. He's expecting to not only dominate the fight tonight, but also end it early. So we'll see if he's right. That, of course, is scheduled for 10 rounds in the bantamweight division in our main event. All right, well, this is the part that you guys have all been looking forward to. It is time now for us to get the action started here at the Doubletree in Ontario as we get ready for some amazing fights tonight. Why don't we get to know some of the first fighters that we'll be seeing in the ring? That's going to be Anthony Saldivar. He's going to be making his pro debut, and Genesis Wynn. So let's get to know them before they head out to the ring.
A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and fight fans joining us around the world on ThompsonBoxing.com. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Thompson Boxing is proud to present The Path to Glory. We have a fantastic fight card lined up for you this evening with fighters who have trained hard to be here. They've trained to be here, and you've paid to see them lay it all on the line right here inside the ring. And with that being said, there's only one question left to ask, and that is, Ontario, are you ready? Let's get the action started. Please welcome out of the red corner as he makes his way to the ring. From Denver, Colorado, here is Genesis G. Wynn.
Well, turn the mic up a little bit, baby. Let's go, Paul. Turn me up in the ears. Doug Fisher, Bethel Duran, and you. Genesis Wynn is soaking it in. He's not going to walk anytime soon. Ah, there we go. From Denver, Colorado, nickname G. And California, if you can give me more in my ears, that'd be great, baby. Mental Riders. There we go. There we go. Getting things worked out here. 5 fights coming your way. Genesis Wynn opening up the broadcast tonight.
And now please welcome his opponent as he makes his way to the ring. Out of the blue corner from Ontario, California, here is Anthony A.J. Saldivar.
Anthony Saldivar making his pro debut. I love IE on his trunks, and that's where he is from, the Inland Empire. Right here in Ontario, not too far where we are ready to go for Thompson Boxing's Path to Glory. Hear the crowd making noise for him. Paul, if I could get more in my ears, it'd be appreciated, because it's getting loud inside the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California. There it is, right there. Team Saldivar shirts all over the ballroom.
Yeah, he's got some representation.
Yeah, you should. I mean, if you're from Ontario,
Hometown.
better. He's been to the fights as an amateur. Now he is here opening up the broadcast.
Very tall for welterweight or even junior middleweight.
6'2". 149 is what he came in at.
Once again, a very good evening to you, fight fans joining us around the world on ThompsonBoxing.com. We're coming to you from the Doubletree Hotel here in Ontario, California, where tonight, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present The Path to Glory. We begin tonight's event with the first bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the super welterweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Raul Cais Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Fernando Villarreal. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Eddie Hernandez Sr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He steps to the ring tonight wearing the black trunks with blue. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 148.4 already pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring with a record consisting of 1 win against 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Denver, Colorado, here is Genesis G. Wynn. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He steps into the ring tonight with the white trunks trimmed with gold and black. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 149.9 solid pounds. Tonight, he makes his professional debut. Ladies and gentlemen, from Ontario, California, please welcome Anthony A.J. Saldivar. Once again, your referee in charge, Eddie Hernandez Sr. to get the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, both your trunks are a little high, so I'm going to go here, good, here is good, okay? I've known the rules with you both, the professionals, I expect you to conduct yourself as such. That's good, good luck.
And we get ready to go. Super welterweights 4-round schedule. Bethel Duran and Doug Fisher and you. And Doug, obviously, the difference in age for a young man making his pro debut.
Yeah, that's a glaring statistic, as is Saldivar's height. We mentioned it, 6'2". Interestingly enough, Wynn has the reach advantage, or at least the advantage in wingspan.
Yeah, so Anthony John Saldivar. AJ is his nickname, the southpaw in the white trunks. Genesis G. Wynn in the black and blue. Wynn 1-1 in his career. Last time he was in the ring in 2019 when he was knocked down in the first round by Xander Zayas, a hot Puerto Rican prospect the Top Rank has.
Yeah, super hot prospect.
Great kid, too. And Saldivar immediately with an overhand left hand followed by a right hook. Saldivar, trained by Henry Ramirez. You mentioned, Doug. Yeah, Paul, if we could turn down the crowd mic, that'd be great. That boom mic is really loud. There we go, baby. We're figuring things out here. And there, 1-2 by Saldivar. He only had 22 amateur fights, but he started boxing when he was 16, so 6 years ago. He was a football player. He said, I don't like team sports. Got into boxing. And then 2 years ago, got with Henry Ramirez and was going to different amateur bouts. And he actually spars everybody in Henry's gym. Then guys we will see next is Nelson Oliva and Loui Lopez. So
yeah, you can see that he's got nice form for a guy who only had 20 or 21 amateur bouts. So obviously he's garnered some really good experience from the gym there with Henry Ramirez. But it's still his pro debut. He's still a 21-year-old kid. So there's nervous energy, and you can see it. He's a bit tight, and at times he's rushing himself.
The headgear's off. You're finally the only traction in the ring. But he's flicking that jab very nicely.
Yeah, and he should. He's the taller guy, and even though Wynn has 4 inches in wingspan, that's because Wynn has broad shoulders. He's got a broad back, so that's part of that number.
And Wynn's covering up right now. Saldivar is teeing off in the corner, and finally Wynn goes down from a body shot, but that's after a barrage of punches from Saldivar and the Doubletree Hotel. They're all here for him.
I think a right hook got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wynn is
And that was
buzzed.
it.
He's hurt.
A first round KO for AJ Saldivar in his pro debut. I like what I see from the young man. That must be a great feeling, Doug.
Yeah, he's riding an emotional high right now. There was, and I think he had his emotions under wraps pretty well as he entered the ring. There was some nervous energy, some anxiety. I didn't think he needed to open up quite that soon, but I also feel like he was able to assess what he had in front of him.
Yes, he
and
did.
was like, hey, if this guy's not going to let his hands go, I guess I will.
Yeah, and when we come back, we'll get you the highlights and decisions from our first bout here at the Doubletree in Ontario.
Experience the world's largest compatible cordless system. Makita's LXT batteries take you from power tools to outdoor power equipment. The blower delivers power comparable to a 24cc gas model. From the job site to your home, reach speeds of 116 miles per hour. Use Makita's cordless products anytime, anywhere. One system, endless possibilities. Now get 2 extra free batteries.
Now they may call individually, but we need to make that. A lot of POs are.
Paving the way to your personal sanctuary that you simply can't stop thinking about. Find yours at belgard.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 2 minutes, 8 seconds of round number 1. Referee A. Hernandez Sr. puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by way of a knockout and declaring his first professional win. Ontario, California, Anthony AJ Saldivar.
Hey, congratulations to AJ Saldivar gets the victory in his pro debut. Our first bout of the night here on Thompson Boxing, Path to Glory. And you hear the noise. He's from here in Ontario. Went to Colony High School. And he will be talking with Jessica Rosales in a couple of moments as he and Genesis Wynn are talking right now. Looking at the comments. What's up, Deciding Paper 632? You see this? Box Talk 101. We see all the comments coming through. That's on the YouTube page. I don't have the Facebook comments, but we'll get that for you right now. As we do appreciate everybody checking out the fights tonight. It is free, and also make sure you download the Thompson Boxing app because the app will give you all the information that's leading up to that. Mr. Boxing Guru checking in. Joshua Connolly is watching, and hello to everybody that's watching us right now. We appreciate you coming through here. Our next bout is going to be Knuckle Nelson Oliva taking on Antonio Duarte, and then we're working towards the main event of Saul Sanchez taking on Eros Correa. And coming up next, we do see it, Nelson Oliva taking on Antonio Duarte. So all kinds of good stuff coming your way. So Henry Ramirez, the trainer at a Ring Cross Boxing Gym in Riverside, he's now 1-0. 2 more fights for him. It's the Henry Ramirez card, Doug. Yeah, you gotta love that.
I do love that.
Yeah.
Henry's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he gets things done. Emmanuel Augustin watching us in Utah. What's happening? If you're in Salt Lake, make sure you go to Red Iguana. Great Mexican food in Salt Lake City. Jessica Rosales is standing by with AJ Saldivar. Jess, how's he feeling?
All right, guys. With us, we've got AJ making his pro debut, getting a win in the first round with that KO, and now he's doing his first post-fight interview. I mean, I'm a little more nervous than you are, but how are you feeling after your professional debut?
A lot of nerves built up, a lot of people here. So in the fight, coming a little nervous, but I knew how to rely on my skill set, so I knew what I had to do.
And, I liked the way that you overwhelmed your opponent with those punches. You saw him in the corner, just kept throwing at him. We're going to show you something really cool. You're actually going to get a first look at that knockout right now. So as you see it, I want you to just kind of talk me through it. Tell me what you were feeling, what you saw from your opponent. All right, so let's talk about that first round.
Let's see. I was just crowding them with punches, and I was just trying to, oh man, shit. I know what I did, yeah. Yeah, hands flying, yeah. It was weird because this was my first time fighting in 10-ounce gloves. So it was just, my hands felt a little, oh damn, yeah, I lit them up. Yeah, that was a good one.
I feel like you're distracted by watching your knockout right now. You've had a smile on your face this whole time.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just soaking it in. Like, I ain't never been here before, so it's pretty cool.
Hopefully this is the first of many more moments like this, but obviously a big amount of the crowd here tonight is for you. What do you want to say to all of them?
I just want to shout out to, everybody who came, family support. I appreciate everybody who came, and shout out to my family, my dad, my grandpa who passed away not too long ago. So most of all, I got to think a big thank you to my Jesus Lord. So if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. So appreciate it.
Now, AJ, this is the first time that we've got to see you in the ring. Like I said, hopefully this is the first of many moments for you. But what can people expect from you in the future? This was a very small taste of what you could do.
6'1", southpaw, that's all I got to say. I'm going to be hard to deal with. So, that was my first fight, a little nervous, I want to get more rounds in. But, of course, if I wasn't looking for the knockout, but that's what it came. So, more rounds comes more maturity and boxing skills and like that. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, you didn't do too bad in your first interview. Now, getting to see that first knockout, you got a little bit starstruck. But, we'll get to practice these interviews a little bit more, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, AJ, anything you want to say to everybody at home that tuned in tonight and saw that first round KO in your pro debut?
There's more coming. But yeah, that's about it.
Congratulations on the win tonight, AJ. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, you saw it there. His first round KO in his professional debut. I feel like he was starstruck watching his own replay back. I wish you guys would have been able to see his face a little bit more. Just had a big grin the entire time right now. But what we are going to do is we're going to set you up to get to know our fighters. Coming up in the next fight, we've got Nelson Oliva and Antonio Duarte. So right now, we'll take a look at their video before they head to the ring.
Right, fans, let's continue on with the next bout. Please welcome down to the red corner as he makes his way to the ring from Baja California, Tijuana, Mexico. Here is Antonio El Tigre Duarte.
$35-year-old Antonio Duarte. He's used to fighting at the Doubletree. He's faced Richard Brewer twice here, Saul Bustos, Avatar.
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
He's also one of these guys who's got the MMA background,
yes,
right?
He does.
Okay.
Yes, he does. He fights out of Tijuana.
Yeah.
Good MMA background. That's his forte. He has a good record there, and he'll fight anybody, anywhere. He has that kind of attitude.
Yeah, I see the octagon and the cage on his black T-shirt.
Yeah, it's actually his own gym that he runs, Duarte MMA, out in Tijuana. So he's out here boxing. He's tough. He's rugged.
Yeah, and he's also awkward.
Very.
And now please welcome his opponent out of the blue corner from Riverside, California. Please welcome Nelson Oliva.
Ah, look at him dancing.
Oh, yeah.
He's feeling good. All right.
I like it. I like the energy.
Doing pretty good is Nelson Oliva. Knuckle Nelson, fighter from Riverside, California.
And we've seen him before, too. I think both of his pro fights have been Thompson Boxing shows.
Yes, they have been. He comes in with a knockout intention, as both of his fights have been knockouts in second round and in first round stoppage.
Fairly quickies, yeah.
Yep. Construction worker by day, boxer at night.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions moves on with the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 6 rounds of action in the middleweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout, should it go the distance, are Raul Caiz Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Fernando Villarreal. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Thomas Taylor. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting under the red corner. He steps in the ring tonight wearing the black trunks. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 154.9 pounds. As a professional, his record stands 2 victories against 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Baja California, Tijuana, Mexico, introducing Antonio El Tigre Duarte. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He steps in the ring tonight with the blue trunks with a Guatemalan flag. When he steps onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 153.3 already pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated. 2 wins with 0 losses. Both of those victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Fontana, California, put your hands together and welcome Nelson Oliva. Once again, your referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, to the final instructions.
Belt line on both sides are good. You've got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner.
The very excellent Tom Taylor, the third man in the ring, Doug Fisher.
Yeah, Oliva is the younger man by 10 years. He has very slight height and reach advantages.
As we get ready to go, 6 rounds in the middleweight division. As we are ready to go, Knuckle Nelson, the southpaw. We've got the Guatemalan flag, got the El Salvador flag on each side of his trunks. We watched him a couple months ago, had a first round KO.
Yeah, and he came and joined us after that first round KO, and he's got some personality, huh?
He's got a lot of personality, and he's got a lot of people watching him right now. Priscilla Dunbar, Robert Dunbar, Anna, also. Deciding Paper 632. Hey, Deciding Paper, your comments are strong tonight on the YouTube section, man. Very, very good, man. I love that. I love that. We're glad we won you over, and glad you're joining us here on the Thompson Boxing. A good body shot by Nelson.
Oh, we heard him.
Dropped him right
no
there.
Way. Wow.
You heard a big thud immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, and Duarte is on the ground wincing. He's on his knee, and he's going to shake.
Get up. Oh, my God.
And he looked over at Knuckle Nelson, who looks right at you, waves, and a quick knockout, less than a minute. And Duarte is still on his knee.
Beto, I was about to say, you choose Duarte because you want to get your up-and-comer rounds. That's what he does. He takes fighters' rounds.
And Duarte is tough as nails.
Yes.
The MMA background, the awkward style, and he looked over at Nelson like, okay, you got me there.
There's 2 punches. There's 2 body punches that just wipe you out. There's the liver shot that attacks your nervous system, and then there's a solar plexus shot that just takes all the wind out of your sails. Maybe it was a solar plexus shot because he was throwing straight lefts to the body of Duarte.
Look at the replay. Doug,
Yeah.
take this.
Oliva. Oh, yeah. No, you know what?
Whoa.
Maybe that was more towards the gut. Let's watch that again. Yeah, a delayed reaction.
Yeah.
That's more towards the liver. But before that, he was throwing straight lefts right to the chest.
Yeah. As our good friend Marquise Johnson would say, liver quiver, right?
Yeah.
That's
like
definitely
that.
one right there.
That's a good one.
That's Marquise.
Good one,
He's gonna get
Marquise.
him. Woo, that took the win. And, you know, you bring in Duarte because you're expected to go the distance. They're trying to get rounds for Knuckle Nelson, who has a great personality. He's a construction worker, pile driver on the freeway. You know,
Wow.
working
All right, that's
the
some real
cement,
blue-collar stuff right there.
without a doubt. And, whew. Next fight is going to be Pedro Valencia, Mario Aguirre. Man, oh man, oh man. So, yeah, it's as much as you want to make your jokes about people not fighting, Nelson got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 55 seconds of round number 1. Referee Thomas Taylor puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by way of a knockout. And still undefeated, Knuckle Nelson Oliva.
We'll be back with the interview with Nelson Oliva here on Thompson Boxing.
Experience Makita's cordless outdoor power equipment. The mower is a part of the world's largest battery system and cuts non-stop for up to 2 miles. The self-propelled model makes mowing effortless. Get unstoppable power without the hassles of gas. Reach speeds of up to 116 miles per hour with the single battery blower. One system, endless possibilities. Now get 2 extra free batteries.
Guys, we are here discussing that incredible first round KO right now. We've got Nelson Oliva joining us. And, you know, he saw that first fight, pro debut, KO in 1, and he said, you know what? I'm going to try that too, except I'm going to do it in less than a minute. So we got another first round KO. But here's the cool part, is that we're going to get to look at this replay. You and I were talking about it. We couldn't figure out which punch it was. So do me a favor, guys. If you can show him the replay, and as we're waiting to see that, Nelson, kind of talk me through those last couple of punches that you had on your opponent that brought him down.
Well, I thought it was the crippling body shot. Any body shot like that hurts, and I got him straight in the diaphragm, and he was still up. I thought he was going to take the knee, but those were clean shots to the head as well. And I give it. He's a tough fighter. I knew I wasn't going to get him out in the head, and I've seen his previous fights, and he fights back. So I knew the body shot was going to be the way to go.
You know, and that's something that both Beto and Doug said about your opponent, about Duarte, is that he is someone that you put in against fighters because he's tough, because he's durable, and he gives fighters rounds. Were you surprised to have gotten him out of this fight so quickly?
You know what? I was. I thought I would get some more rounds in. I've said like before, I don't want to be known as just KOing. I want to show my skills, my boxing IQ, my distance. I want to show much more than just the power. But hopefully, as the fights get tougher, I will show my abilities soon.
You don't want to be known as just a KO guy, but I bet it feels pretty nice, though, to see those KO replays, right?
Yeah, it does feel nice. I've always dreamed of having the highlight KOs, but I want to be more than that. I want to be everything. I want to be versatile.
So what, is that one going to make the KO reel? Looks like it should.
Yeah, I will.
All right, and lastly, if you want to tell us a little bit about, your fans, everybody that watched, whether they're here tonight, whether they're watching on our live stream or on our app, what do you want to say to all of them?
I want to thank everyone from work, from my family, my cousins, my friends that supporting me in here, in spirit, or across the world, in Guatemala, Salvador. Lo quiero dar gracias a todos.
Nelson, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, we will send it back to Beto and Doug. We've got them ringside.
Oh, thank you, Jess. Knuckle Nelson is a guy you need to keep your eye on. Nelson Oliva mentioned he has Guatemalan and El Salvador roots. He's 3-0, 3 KOs. And Doug, the thud that he throws the punches with. And look, when you're developing a young fighter, yeah, the knockouts, but he has a personality to him.
He's well-spoken and he's well-schooled. Yeah. And the more I see him, the more I realize he's a really good boxer.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try to say diaphragm.
Right, but he's right. I couldn't figure out. It wasn't a liver shot. It wasn't a solar plexus shot. It wasn't exactly at like the floating rib. Yeah. But he's absolutely right. It's a diaphragm. He's a really bright guy. And what I noticed when we're watching the replays, I noticed how well he controls the distance and how good his timing is. Yeah, that's all part of the package.
Yeah, somebody take a physiology class. You know what's going on. All right, so our next fight, where's the camera? We're looking up here. Our next fight coming your way, Pedro Valencia, Mario Aguirre, then Loui Lopez, Jaleik Bogle, then the main event, Saul, the Beast Sanchez, Eros Correa. So thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Hey, Mr. Boxing Guru, he doesn't like boxing anymore, but he's joining us right now.
Is that a fact?
I mean, we haven't seen Sal in a fight in a long time.
Yeah, he'll be back.
The guy, he's just selling T-shirts, but he's having some good comments and interaction on the Facebook. Also, Ricardo Sandoval, who's going to be fighting for an eliminator, 112-pounder from nearby in San Bernardino. He's watching us right now. Shoeshine Boxing, Maximo Robles. Everybody's leaving the comments right now. I see people in Utah. I see people in Blythe, California. Sea Level Kane, Young Loco 209. I'm a fan of Nelson. Goodness gracious, you're right. So keep the comments coming there on the YouTube and Facebook. And Alejandro, you're asking what time does Eros fight? Well, the way that the knockouts are going, he might be fighting in 15 minutes, man. You never know. But we got 3 more fights, and Eros is the main event tonight. Right now, I want to take advantage of talking to Doug Fisher, who was at the Nah, man, we don't need to kick it because I want to talk to Doug Fisher right now, who was at the Boxing Hall of Fame induction. The induction 2021-22 at Canastota. Doug,
yeah, 3 classes actually, 2020, 2021, and 2022, and they were star-studded. You had Bernard Hopkins, you had James Toney, you had Miguel Cotto, you had Juan Manuel Marquez, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Andre Ward. Vladimir Klitschko couldn't make it, obviously, because of what's going on in Ukraine, but he was also one of the inductees. Amazing. And women for the first time, like Christy Martin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very special.
Yeah, and make sure you subscribe to the Ring Magazine. Doug Fisher, the editor-in-chief. And also follow Doug on social media because I was jealous that you were there. And I've been to Hall of Fame weekend at Verona for the fights.
Yes.
But I've never been to the actual induction. And I see the people there, and it's just so
You know
cool
what
if you're
you
a
would
boxing
like?
fan.
The fans. The fans are from all around the world, and they're the hardest core fans, and everybody has a positive attitude.
They definitely do. You know who has a positive attitude? Joseph Zuniga, who says this is embarrassing. You're right. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing that tonight's fights are free, Joseph, and we got 3 more coming your way. Sonny Franco, bring them in.
Here we go, fight fans. Let's get the action going once again. Please welcome out of the red corner from Baja California, Tijuana, Mexico. Here is Mario Aguirre.
Mario Aguirre, veteran fighter, 20 fights in his ledger. Tijuana.
Yeah, your quintessential Tijuana journeyman.
Yep.
Late start to the sport, but will travel. You can call him late notice.
He was important. Has gloves, has medicals,
Yeah.
and has that work visa. He will get
Right.
across and he'll fight you anywhere you can. He's a tough out. He's rugged. His record is terrible, but he's tough. The guy that a young fighter needs to get past to learn some things.
Yeah, and Pedro Valencia, we saw him on the last show, and he has a lot of potential. He's very young, just 21 years old, but he needs rounds. He almost lost.
And now please welcome his opponent from Pacoima, California, out of the blue corner. Here is Pedro Valencia.
Pacoima, California, the 818. That's where Pedro Valencia is coming from. He's a 9-0, 7 KOs, young man. Mentioned Doug, 21 years old.
And he comes to fight. He's got a fan-friendly style. If he keeps learning and keeps developing, I think he can be quite popular. But I also have a feeling that his management, the people around him, decided to pull back a little bit, because last time he was on a Thompson Boxing promotions card, he fought a really tough opponent named Edgar Palacios, who was much taller and a southpaw. And Valenzuela got dropped hard in the opening round, you know.
Yes,
and you know,
he
to
did.
his credit, he got up and fought his way back into the fight and won the fight. But I think they were saying, you know what, a little bit softer this time as this kid is learning.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions moves on with the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the lightweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Raul Cais Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Fernando Villarreal. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Eddie Hernandez Sr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting on the red corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the white trunks. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 137 pounds even. As a professional, his record stands 3 victories against 16 defeats with 1 bout even. 2 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, introducing from Baja California, Tijuana, Mexico, here is Mario Aguirre. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He steps in the ring tonight wearing the white trunks with gold. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 136.6 ready pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated. 9 wins with 0 losses. 7 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pacoima, California, here is the hard-hitting Pedro Valencia. Once again, your referee in charge, Eddie Hernandez Sr., going to file instructions.
We're getting ready to go. Eddie Hernandez Sr., the 3rd man in the ring. Let's look at tell the tape, Doug Fisher.
Yeah, and the glaring statistic is age. Valencia is 14 years younger at age 21. He's got very slight height advantage, and Aguirre has very slight reach advantage.
Yep. Paco Perez says, look like it's a good night for Henry Ramirez. He's 2-0 so far. Say hello to Joe Pahar and the team for doing a great job. Appreciate you, Paco, checking in on the Facebook. Justin Boulder says, sign Israel Barbosa. All that goes to Alex Campanova, man. Doug and I, we're just here talking, baby. We're just talking here on the microphone. Thank you for joining us right now. Wheezy Jordan, man, the lighting is good, baby. If you're in the room right here at the Doubletree Hotel, we appreciate you checking in, Wheezy. Joseph Zuniga, he said it's embarrassing because he had tickets to the fight and he didn't show up.
Oh, should have been here.
Exactly, and he's going for Sal, who's going to be the main event later on tonight. So right now you're watching Pedro Valencia. He's got the black boots. No, he's got the white ones. I'm sorry.
Aguirre's got the black.
Aguirre's got the black. Because they both are wearing the white trunks. Valencia with the red gloves. Valencia 9-0, 7 KOs. But you mentioned it, Doug. I think something happened last time where, like, let's get us a softer touch. And Mario Aguirre, with his ugly record of 3-16-1, we're not going to shy away from that. He doesn't have much power, but he is a tough guy who makes it look ugly and rugged. Shout out to Rambling Ralph Velez in Arizona checking in right now. What's up, Ralph? Excellent ring announcer in your own right.
20 bouts, 20 professional bouts of experience is still experience, whether you won or lost those fights.
Bert is watching from Vancouver, Canada. Home of the Canadians.
Yeah, Valencia has 9 bouts, but he's got a lot of knockouts as well. 7 knockouts in those 9 professional bouts. Got some real quality rounds in the last time he was in this room. And I can see that experience served him well because he was real headstrong. That's why he ran into that shot. He ran into this left cross from the tall southpaw and got badly rocked and then got knocked down right before the bell. And he was fighting through cobwebs through rounds 2 and 3 and just fighting on instinct and fighting, fairly effectively on instinct. But now I'm seeing more of his boxing style. I'm seeing his footwork. I'm seeing his timing. I'm seeing him put punches together.
21-year-old Pedro Valencia, 9-0, 7 KOs. Lightweight division, as Valencia weighed 136, Aguirre weighed 137. Avondale, Arizona checking in, Texas checking in. We appreciate you watching wherever you may be around the world here in the United States.
So I didn't see this at all from Valencia.
Nope.
In his last fight. I saw nothing but pressure and power punching, and I think it's because he got hurt so hard in the opening round. He was basically fighting on instincts. Now we're seeing some lateral movement and a decent jab.
All right, and this will be done with our first round. It's scheduled for 6. Our third bout of the night. 2 more after this will be Loui Lopez against Jaleik Bogle. Then the main event, Sanchez against Eros Correa. All right, now Karma and PP. If you guys are going to leave, like, comments like that where you're making fun of the fighters, at least have like something funny about it, like something rhetorical about it, something we can play off of, something that makes us laugh, not just say, oh, they're weak. Like, come on, man, you guys are better than that. It's Friday night, about to be 9 o'clock. Your insults should be better than this. I expect better insults late at night, Doug.
Me too.
Shout out to you guys watching, appreciate you. We do see all the comments on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you to Fight Stars, Pheno Boxing, Noti Fight, Supreme Boxing, and True Boxing Heads for supporting tonight's show.
And shout out to Jesus Aldana on Twitter and also our man Linus Esquire.
Yeah, Linus checking in Philadelphia. Gilbert Sandoval watching us right now. You're like, yeah, you guys are really reading the comments? Yeah, we do read the comments.
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Exactly. It's a different kind of broadcast. We're here for you. All right, see, they're fighting taxi drivers. See, PP, come on, you got to be better than that. It's got to be an Uber driver, right? Step up the technology. Who's really taking the taxi these days? Come on, man. Jordy Romero and Cordell Robinson, you're right. They have a lot of heart. Hey, they're the ones stepping into the ring, making sure that we can enjoy what we're doing here on a Friday night. The backbone of these guys, because Duarte earlier, and this time Mario Aguirre, who took the fight on 2 days' notice. Respect for him to even getting out there. Good shots landed by Pedro Valencia, the undefeated fighter with the red gloves. Doug, a guy like Aguirre. Mentioned ugly record. Woo! But he comes in to fight. He'll stand there with you. He'll exchange with you.
Yeah, most guys would wilt after taking a headshot like that, because Valencia's power is real. That's not like a built-up KO ratio. He can really punch.
Valencia now in the southpaw stance here in a second. Switches back to normal.
He's not bad from the southpaw stance either.
He's nice. It's a show here in Southern California to give you guys everything. Thank you for joining us if you're here for the first time. Jack Reese, legendary Jack Reese, watching us in the 805.
Jack was in Canastota.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. He was up there with Robert Byrd and a lot of veteran referees, and they were part of the lecture series, as a matter of fact. And very popular with the fans.
Yeah. Deciding paper, that's a good one. My barber is scheduled to fight Sudical. See, that's a good one. The barber, okay, good. Hey, we've got some fighting barbers out there.
Yes, we do.
And Justin Boulder, you're right. Great comment. A fighter in Africa passed away. You got to respect anybody who steps into the ropes.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Anybody who's willing to get in the ring and give us entertainment here on a Friday night, we appreciate you and respect to them. That's why I'll never take a dig at them. And, you know, they're in there for our enjoyment. And he's tough as nails, is Mario Aguirre. And also a guy like Aguirre, he doesn't care where the fight is at. He gets his gloves and goes, Doug.
I didn't know he took this fight on just 2 days' notice.
Yeah.
I mean, you fight a 9-0 kid who's got 7 knockouts. I mean, wow. You're just like, I'll do it.
Yeah. Jared Phipps, you want your shout out? There's your shout out, bro. It's not that hard. Ask and you get your shout out if it's a good comment. Oh, good shot landed by the fighter for Tijuana Aguirre. Every now and then he'll land one. All right, right now, where are you guys watching from? See, we're in Ontario, California, and that's Aaliyah in the ring girl. Aaliyah does a great job. Shoeshine Boxing, you're right. Tijuana's boxing culture, from journeyman to El Terrible and Jaime Murguia, these guys stay ready in Tijuana. They really do. They really do. Cheyenne, Wyoming, Jordy Romero checking in. Jen Psaki in Illinois. Denver, Colorado. St. George, Utah. Bell Gardens. Vegas, Michigan. Jamal Fields in Fontana. Come on, man. If you're in Fontana, you should be here tonight. Corona. The 303 Denver. That's Mike Alvarado, right?
Yes.
Mile High Mike.
Mile High Mike.
Yeah. Sacramento, California. G-Funk. We'll be back there later on this year. Stay tuned to Thompson Boxing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Woo. Paul Hernandez, you're right. George Perez Stories. I love that podcast. Good fight breaking out here in the third round. Ray Fernandez watching from my crane in the Torrance Refinery. Ray Fernandez, the refinery in Torrance, man. You're right there by my sister's house. I know you're probably turning that flame up. Tito Farfan is watching us in Bolivian.
Bolivian?
Yeah, as Steve Kim would say.
Yeah, or as Mike Tyson would say.
Yeah. Corpus Christi, Texas. Champaign, Illinois. Damaris Alyssa.
Hey, Aguirre lands some shots here and there, especially his hook. He's hoping to just time it just right when Valencia is winding up with a hook of his own. He's hoping his hook gets there first, but it hasn't happened yet. Valencia's keeping a pretty decent high guard.
Marlon Sims is watching in Minnesota. He was supposed to fight Yuyo Acosta. And Marlon, we wish you the best. Hopefully everything works out, and we'll see you soon. A good scrap breaking out. Valencia letting his hands go a bit.
Yeah, both guys are aiming for the body.
Pedro Valencia went to Monroe High School in North Hills. Shout out to the Vikings.
And both guys have tasted each other's left hook to the body. Both guys are kind of squared up in front of each other and are open for uppercuts. But I haven't seen one of them slip that particular punch in yet.
St. Petersburg, Florida. Mile High Mike played football in high school, so his teammates are checking in. There you go. We appreciate you guys doing that. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up and subscribe to Thompson Boxing. Make sure you also download the app. Tony Contreras is watching from Misty's Bar. Of course, he's going to be popping after the show. Cape Coral. There you go. Third round of action between Pedro Valencia and Mario Aguirre. We told you guys Aguirre is just tough as nails. Let me get that old line of tougher than a $2 steak. Is that the line?
Yes, but it's more than toughness. It's fighter's pride, because he goaded Valencia into standing and fighting on the inside for the first 2 minutes of this fight. And then it was Valencia who started to back up and use the ring. So in Aguirre's mind, he won that contest, even though he really lost the round. But that was a competitive round.
Bersenio Boy is watching us in Lancaster, California. Jason B., I see your comment. Appreciate everybody checking in. Coming up next will be Loui Lopez against Jaleik Bogle. That's the corner of Pedro Valencia. Gilbert Sandoval says, I'm watching from the Quick Stop Shop in Avondale, Arizona. If you're working and watching us, we appreciate you, man.
I like that.
Respect. My son's actually in Glendale right now at a basketball tournament. Head to the fourth round, brought to you by Infinity Bank. Thank you for your sponsorship of Thompson Boxing. So you're looking for Nelson Oliva, he had a first round knockout. If you're looking for AJ Saldivar, first round knockout. So there it is. Yuyu Acosta, Javier Acosta, his fight was not approved, but Yuyu will be joining us on the broadcast in the main event for Sal Sanchez and Eros Correa. Joseph Zuniga, you want us to do a lot of things, but I need you not to comment 6 different times with the same comment, bro. Like you're spamming us. Stop doing that. Good shot landed by Moreno. Oh, a good left hook. That rocks Aguirre. Pedro Valencia looking good here in the fourth round. He's stepping on the gas from the southpaw stance, landing that left hook. This one goes to the body, goes upstairs with the left and a right. Valencia, 9-0, 7 KOs, uppercut twice, and Aguirre is tough.
I've been waiting for that uppercut. I was waiting which fighter was going to drop the uppercut, because both have been open for it. And kudos to Valencia, because it was there, and I think he actually hurt Aguirre with those 2 shots.
It's the fourth and final round.
We should note, Aguirre started this round very strong.
Yes, he did. Again.
Valencia lost a mouthpiece.
Yeah. Valencia kicks it to his corner.
Yeah. Rinse it off. They're supposed to have a spare, right? And they're just going to rinse that one off. Nasty.
Jensaki, don't even trip, bro. We got it, man. We got it. Tim Boxale's watching it. If it's Tim Boxale's watching it, this is his kind of fight right here. Less than halfway to go in the fourth and final round. Can Pedro Valencia end it?
Aguirre still has fight in him.
Yes,
and
he does.
He's still landing quality punches, too.
He's taking some good shots here. Less than a minute to go in the fight. 818 Boxing is watching a kid from the 818 in Pedro Valencia. He's controlling this fight. He came out strong to start the fourth and final. Oh, another big left hook by Valencia.
Valencia has natural power from either stance.
Yep.
There's power on that left from the southpaw stance. There's power on that hook when he's in an orthodox stance.
Y saludos a los Algodones Baja. And Valencia closing this fight.
Man, I'm wishing this was a 6-rounder
now.
Yeah.
If you're Aguirre, you're not wishing it was a 6-rounder.
That's true.
Good scrap, good battle back and forth. Pedro Valencia, Mario Aguirre, they go the distance. Crowd really likes it. Really cool. Respect to Mario Aguirre for coming in and giving us 4 good rounds, but it was a lot of Pedro Valencia, the young man, looking good. Coming up next, our co-feature, Loui Lopez against the Jaleik Bogle from Tampa, Florida. Whew, there it is. We'll come back with a decision here at Thompson Boxing in Ontario, California.
Discover the advantages of the Henry Fortifiber 1-2-3 moisture control system. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Choose the weather barrier, add the flashing, then finish up with the Henry Moist Top Sealant. Done. No guessing, no gambling. Just the winning confidence you get from our compatible systems.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for both of these warriors? 4 fantastic rounds of boxing action in the books. And now to the judges' scorecards we go. All 3 judges, Raul Kai Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Fernando Pereira all see about the same. 40-36, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. From Pacoima, California, Pedro Valencia.
Pedro Valencia gets the decision, goes the distance, and earned it, but he looked good tonight. He's now 10-0. I like what I saw, Doug Fisher.
Yeah, me too. I scored it the same as the official judges, 40-36. Doesn't really tell the story of the fight. It was actually competitive enough, and Aguirre showed enough effort to where he earned crowd support. A lot of people were cheering for him after this fight.
Yeah, it's the crowd at the Doubletree. They have a lot of respect for him. If you come in, you put on a show, you put on a fight.
And he did what he was supposed to do. As our friend Steve Kim says, he provided professional resistance. So we saw more of Valencia's game. We saw his boxing ability and his switch hitting ability.
So that was a 4-rounder. Coming up next, Loui Lopez, Jaleik Bogle on 6 rounds. Most importantly, though, that they were able to salvage a fight for Pedro Valencia and able to get the work in. And that's what it is. At this point, you want to make sure a fighter is fighting and staying active, especially during the COVID time where nobody was able to fight.
Exactly. He has a lot of lost time to make up for. And luckily, time is on his side because he is very young.
And Pedro will be talking with Jessica Rosales in a couple of seconds. Saludos a toda la gente que nos está mirando en los algodones, esperando a Saul Sanchez. Saul Sanchez will be the main event later on. One more fight to go, but right now, let's go talk to Jessica Rosales.
All right, guys, just a couple of Valley kids out here hanging out post-fight. Pedro Valencia getting the win tonight. Unanimous decision, winning each and every round. First and foremost, though, tell us about your opponent. He didn't make this an easy one for you.
No, we knew this coming in. He wasn't going to be an easy one. I mean, he had a couple of losses, but they were tough losses. He didn't get knocked down. He's a tough guy, you know. We knew we were coming in. We knew what we were doing. Yeah.
He's one of those guys that you can't look at his record too much because he's a lot tougher than what he looks on paper.
Oh, yes, definitely. We knew that coming in.
And so I think for you, definitely the second half of the fight was the strongest, the third and especially that fourth round. For you, when did you feel you were at your best during this fight?
Well, I came in here, took me like 32 rounds, started warming up, started using my angles, started switching stances, and I started landing harder shots, and that's when I saw the difference. I was like, oh, I'm doing better right now, so it's working. Yeah.
And, in that fourth round, we saw you land a lot of really great, solid shots. What was your best punch tonight, would you say?
When I switched southpaw and threw my left, like overhand left, and that was probably my best punch. That's the one I saw that stumbled him a bit on the last round. Yeah.
All right, and so Pedro, what would you say is up next for you? What are you hoping the next fights are going to be like?
Somebody a little bit more. I mean, he was tough, but a little more skilled. That'll make but my record make me look, make it look good. Probably another undefeated fighter, maybe. Yeah.
That was a fun fight. I heard, Doug and Beto saying that, they kind of wish maybe there was a couple more rounds to see you do a little bit more work in there. Would you have wanted a couple more rounds as well?
Definitely. I wanted to show off on my angles a little bit more, switching stance. I like that I did today. It's pretty good.
All right. Representing the 818 Valley Kid. We love that. Is there anything you want to say to everybody at home watching tonight, maybe out here tonight, as we take a look at those highlights from tonight's fight?
Thank you guys for supporting. I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. I'll be back a couple months, stronger, looking better. Thank you.
Getting to see yourself right now, those last couple of hits right there, obviously staggering your opponent. Feels pretty cool seeing that. What did you see right there on the screen?
What I said, switching southpaw, I hit him with my left hand. That's what I saw worked. And then I tried to keep at it for the rest of the round because I saw it was working. Yeah.
Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
All right, guys, there you have it. Pedro Valencia from Pacoima, California, the 818. But up next, you know what we're ready for? We are ready for the co-main event. It is coming up right now, but before we let those guys head out to the ring, we're going to take a look at this video.
Here we go, fight fans. Let's get the party going once again. Please welcome out of the red corner from Tampa, Florida. Here is Jaleik, the Freak Bogle.
All right, here is Jaleik the Freak Bogle, 25 years old, out of Florida. Unbeaten in 6 pro bouts, 4-0-2 with 2 knockouts. He's pretty tall for a welterweight, 5'10", 5'11". Started boxing late at age 18. But by the looks of him and looks at the clips that I've seen of him on YouTube, he's a good athlete. Fast hands, fast feet as well. Says his favorite boxer of the past is Emmanuel Augustus. So we'll see if he's got some drunken master into him.
And now welcome into the ring out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, out of the blue corner, coming from Corona, California. Here is the fighting pride of Corona, California, Loui Lopez.
A nice ovation for Loui Lopez, also 25 years old. Brings a record of 10 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. He's 2 bouts removed from that sole loss of his professional career. That was a unanimous decision to Saul Bustos in September of 2020. In Bustos, he was facing a very talented fighter. I like that he was willing to take on an undefeated fighter like Bustos, and I like that in his 2 comeback fights, he was fighting competent boxers, not soft touches.
Fight fans joining us around the world on ThompsonBoxing.com. This is the co-main event of the evening, brought to you by Thompson Boxing Promotions and sponsored by Prenevos, Normandenburg and Daw, Western Manufacturing, Bellegarde, Henry Fortifiber, and Makito Tools. Explore the outdoors. This bout scheduled for 6 rounds of action in the welterweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring this bout, should it go the distance, are Raul Caiz Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Fernando Villarreal. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Thomas Taylor. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting under the red corner. He steps in the ring tonight with the black trunks with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 148 pounds even. As a professional, his record stands 4 victories against 0 defeats with 2 bouts even. 2 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Joining us tonight from Tampa, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jaleik the Freak Bogle. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He steps in the ring tonight wearing the gray trunks trimmed with blue. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 147.7 pounds. As a professional, he has 12 fights to his credit, including 10 victories against 1 defeat with 1 bout even. 4 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, the fighting pride of Corona, California, introducing Loui Lopez. Once again, your referee, Thomas Taylor, give the final instructions.
Line is good here. Actually, Henry, it's a little high, so I'm going to give him to the top of the letters. We're good here, gentlemen. We've got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. There's no hands. Touch them up.
Tom Taylor, the 3rd man in the ring, Doug.
Yeah, and not much separating these 2 welterweights. They're both 25. Bogle has the slight height and reach advantages. We'll see if he can put it to use.
Our co-feature tonight in the welterweight division, Loui Lopez and Jaleik Bogle. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. And shout out to our good friend Archbishop Stubbs. Says, you know, we're all watching for Jessica Rosales. Of course, Jessica is the best of the business. She's a fantastic reporter. All interviews will be with J-Ro afterwards. Loui Lopez, Corona, California. We've seen him on Thompson shows. He's progressed. He's taken a step back. It keeps on coming. And he's a fighter that's making progress with Henry Ramirez in that camp. I like his style. I like his attitude. But now, Doug, once you have more than 10 fights, it's time to find out what you really have.
Yeah, and like I said, after his first loss against Bustos, he's bounced back against competent boxers. And now in his third comeback fight, he's in against an undefeated fighter who seems to be an athletic specimen, seems to have very fast hands and feet. So we've got a stalking boxer technician in Lopez against an athletic stick and move specialist in Bogle. It's a nice matchup.
And just seeing Lopez this opening minute, Doug, he looks like he's bouncing around more agile than normally he would be plotting.
Yes, he's a little lighter on his feet. I have noticed that. And a little quicker with his jab, too.
It'll be a good matchup tonight. Our main event is up next. Sanchez, Eros Correa, both with one loss in the 118-pound division. The bantamweight's coming up next. But thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Make sure you share and let us know what's going on. Loui Lopez, 10-1-1, 4 KOs. Jaleik Bogle, 4-0-2, 2 KOs. Rogelio Chapa, inspector, lawyer extraordinaire. Yes, the pocket square is popping tonight. It's a good one. And if you hear instruction, that's from the corner of Bogle. That's where our microphones are at. Good combination from Lopez, deflected by Bogle, though. He had his guard up high. That body shot, though, got in.
Yeah, both guys are doing a good job of blocking and parrying some of these incoming punches. Really nice jab from Bogle.
Shot landed. That caught the attention of Loui Lopez. Good jab again from Bogle. 30 seconds ago in the opening round.
Very close round. Not easy to score this opening frame.
Snapping the jab is Loui Lopez. You're going to hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd as Lopez brings the crowd with him. Looks like he's going to be rugged tonight. And our co-feature here, Thompson Boxing, Path to Glory. It was Tupac's birthday a couple days ago. He would have turned 51.
Wow.
Yeah. That's Amaris V, ring girl tonight. Hustler, businesswoman. And make sure you go and check out Thompson Building Materials in Orange, Fontana, Lomita, Camarillo, San Diego, Ripon, and Sacramento. And if you're watching us from Florida, if you're Team Bogle, let us know. Leave a comment. Saki gave that round to Loui Lopez. All right.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay.
But it's close. I also made note that it was a close round. I think Lopez had a slight edge in power connects, whereas Bogle got the better of Lopez with his jab. And it's an excellent jab from Bogle.
Matthew Resendez gave that round to Lopez. Kane, I don't score because I'm not really watching the entire round because I have a lot of stuff going on.
See, that's honesty. I like that.
No, because I'm reading your comments. I'm listening to producer Paul in the ear, the traffic direction. So I don't score. So it's completely all up to Doug Fisher, who is the expert also.
I tell you what, this is a difficult fight. I can tell right now it's going to be a difficult fight to score because one guy has a moment and the other guy comes back and has a moment. We've already seen that in the first minute of the second round.
Damaris Alyssa watching for Team Bogle. G-Funk Boxing for Bogle. Lincoln Timpson, I'm 100 miles from Tampa, Team Bogle. Marlon Sims, I'm rooting for Bogle. All right, so Bogle's got some people watching him on the YouTube. Appreciate that.
When we were talking about the Hall of Fame inductees, did I mention the great Roy Jones Jr.?
Oh.
Talk about Florida talent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, probably the greatest boxing talent ever to come out of Florida. Jones Jr. was inducted.
Tom Taylor saying the last warning for pushing down the head. Roy Jones Jr., who once played a basketball game in the afternoon and won a fight at night.
I guarantee you that's never going to happen again.
And a good scrap here.
Yeah, these are heated exchanges.
Tony Contreras says, I'm watching between beer sips and the Dodger game. Honesty, baby.
That's how you do it.
There it is.
I respect that.
Tony, you are unofficial scorecard tonight. You're Harold Letterman. You're the Mexican Harold Letterman tonight, Tony. Just back and forth. Sandoval says he's going to call Loui Lopez a 4th-round stoppage. Okay.
Right. All right. That's bold. We'll see. Neither guy has imposed his will or style on the other. It's tit for tat so far.
Rogelio Chapa jumps in. What about Winky Wright? Of course, Tampa, Florida.
He's
Winky
Tampa,
Wright.
yeah. He's a Hall of Famer. Ooh, oh man, those right hands.
Bogle, nice one.
Hey, the round was up for grabs. Bogle may have stole the round. Lopez needs to answer. He's going to the body.
Good round. That'll do it for 2.
Hey, but for pure talent, nobody beats Roy Jones Jr.
Nah.
I've never seen anything like that. Prime Roy Jones was off the
Prime
charts.
Roy Jones.
Forget about it.
That's like when Antonio Tarver, when they touched the gloves and Tarver was in his face, it was like, I remember watching it going, yeah, okay, ain't nothing happening, and Tarver stuck to it.
Yes, he did.
St. Petersburg, Florida, you're right. Jared Phipps is calling a 5th-round stoppage. Okay.
What?
All right.
I don't see a stoppage.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This was the 3rd round and scheduled for 6. Loui Lopez. The Lopez tattoo on the back. Lopez was a high school football player at Powerhouse Corona Centennial, but he was also boxing. And body shots from Lopez. Digging to the body again is Loui Lopez.
I tell you what, Lopez is the better. He gets the better of exchanges when he's at mid-range or close. He's a very good in-fighter. And I like his glove placement. He's got a nice high guard.
Attacking.
Yeah, sharp, straight right. Decent jab. Doesn't use it enough, but when he uses it, he lands, as we just saw. But his best shots are those body shots when he's right in front of Bogle.
Lopez was a linebacker in high school, and you can see that.
Yeah, you see that. His mentality, man. He's marching. He wants to walk you down. I define him as a stalker.
Yeah.
A technical stalker. And those fighters are fun to watch.
And for Jaleik Bogle, you hear the corner tell him, you got to go. Lopez is only the 2nd fighter that he's taking on with a winning record. The only other fighter with a winning record, he had a draw in his 2nd pro fight.
Bogle's better than what I saw of him on YouTube. I just saw little bits and pieces of him on YouTube, and I saw hand speed and foot speed and good reflexes and just athleticism, but I'm seeing some really good technique and boxing skill as well. But he needs to get with the body punches. He's got a good right hand. I'd like to see him, aim that right hand to the body of Lopez and then come up with the uppercut.
More body work from Lopez. The uppercut splits it, just like you said, Doug, on cue.
So far, this is Lopez's round. He's being the boss in there, and it's really up to Bogle to stem that momentum, put some doubts in Lopez's head.
Lopez weighs 147 to finish up that story. The reason he stopped playing football is because in football they tell you to gain weight.
Yeah, right.
Loui was not. He was boxing, doing big-time amateur tournaments. He was like, well, I got to pick one. He chose boxing. That's where my future's at, definitely here as a pro.
Lopez making it a physical fight as much as he can when he's in close. And he's not bad from a distance because his jab is pretty
Yeah,
good. Oh,
good uppercut by Lopez, tag in Bogle. Bogle trying to roll with it, but he got stung a little bit. His legs are wobbly.
Oh, dear.
Final seconds of the round. Loui Lopez is coming on strong. Bogle's trying to hold on. Will he survive the third?
Okay,
He does.
Those predictions of a fourth and fifth round knockout looking kind of good right now. We've got smart viewers.
Yeah. There it is. We gave you your credit.
Yeah.
Tony Contreras, Lopez chopping that tree. Impressive third round, indeed, indeed. Let's look at some highlights from that round.
Yeah, right cross lands. The ropes is a bad place to be for Bogle, who's not fighting back, just trying to hold on. And right now, his guard is not that tight. Lopez is finding lots of openings. Put a lot of punishment on Bogle in the closing seconds of round 3. Oh, those right crosses. Oh, and a right uppercut, too.
Right, yeah, very nice.
Vicious
You've
shots.
been calling for that uppercut. He's finding a home for it.
Well, it's there for both guys.
All right, who called the fourth round knockout? Because we're going to the fourth round.
Yeah. If that happens, we got to give him credit.
Exactly.
I can admit it, I didn't see it.
Strong round for Loui Lopez. He looks like a different fighter with the growth and the experience.
Oh, he's so much better than the version we saw against Bustos.
Sometimes you got to take a step back to take 2 forward.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially when you're trying to fight your way out of the Doubletree and trying to get a bigger stage. Our co-feature tonight, Saul, Sanchez, and Eros Correa, main event coming up next. Going to the body is Loui Lopez. Attacking. Takes a step back and sells some space. In the corner is Bogle. He needs to get out of there.
And Lopez is feeling good. His conditioning must be good, or he must be sensing that Bogle is weakening, but he's coming on stronger, and you can just see the confidence mixed in with that aggression just on his face.
Very, very confident. Now Bogle goes into southpaw. Puts his hands down.
I don't know how effective Bogle is as a southpaw.
He's just trying to give him a different look.
Yeah, he tried that last round. It didn't seem to help. No, he's making something happen. But Bogle is just touching him right now. But he's gained a bit of a respite.
In the corner is Bogle holding on. Tom Taylor separates the two with less than a minute to go. And Bogle had been warned.
Oh, dear.
And here it is. Here's that point deduction.
Whoa, he couldn't afford that. Jeez.
Taylor had warned him for pushing down the back of the head. He did that one time too many.
Bogle was warned.
Numerous times.
Yeah, more than once.
Loui Lopez controlling this fight now. A shot landed by Bogle. Just one. Bogle still trying to breathe.
Yeah, this is the right distance for Bogle to land some hard shots, especially his right hand.
Cutting body shots from Loui Lopez. Uppercut splits the guard.
These are really good body-head combinations from Lopez.
Round winding down. Loui Lopez controlling this fight. Our co-feature of Thompson Boxing, Path to Glory in Ontario, California. Bogle definitely stepping up in competition, feeling it tonight here in Ontario. Loui Lopez with Henry Ramirez in his corner. Henry already with 2 wins for AJ Saldivar and Nelson Oliva. His fighters go 3-0 tonight. And they're trying to smack Bogle, trying to wake him up here in the corner. Joe Angel Zamora checking in. Joe Angel, we need a golf, man. Joe Angel does a great job for the city of Santa Fe Springs, helping the youth. As he likes to say, it's for the kids out there in Santa Fe Springs, for the kids. Appreciate you checking in, Joe Angel. Let me know when we can golf. David MT, what's happening, David? Appreciate you and your nice comment. Bethel Durant, Doug Fisher, Jessica Rosales here at Thompson Boxing. Our normal crew with you. All right, so he did knock him out on the 4th, but there was another prediction. Somebody said Lopez in the 5th. Will it happen? As Bogle's in the corner to start the round.
Yeah, Lopez is giving it the old college try. He's in the right place, which is the inside, and working that body. That's been his best weapon, has been the body attack, I think. And meanwhile, we've seen more wrinkles to his technique, such as the jab, such as a little bit of head and upper body movement, which we didn't see a couple bouts a couple years ago from Lopez. So he is adding layers to his game. And as you noted from the opening round, he's a little more bounce to his step.
Yeah. You know what else, Doug? As he's attacking in the corner, body work. The body work is different from Loui Lopez. Used to be a headhunter. Tonight, a boxer who's attacking, senses something as Bogle drops his hands, just trying to shake him off.
Well, it's smart because if you're fighting a guy who relies on his legs to control distance and as maybe his primary form of defense, you're in there with the stick and move specialist. You want to break those wheels off, don't you?
Without a doubt. And also, we've seen all of Loui Lopez's fights. His body looks different. He's not as thick, muscular. He's more boxy, sinewy.
Yeah, he's leaner. That was a nice right hand to the body from Bogle.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, that's one punch. Needs a little bit more in the way of offense.
Loui Lopez controlling this fight.
Lopez is showing us some good conditioning with the pace that he's setting and the work rate, and Bogle is showing us a lot of heart hanging in there.
Bogle is gassed.
Yeah, he is.
If Lopez steps on the gas, he might have something. As Bogle's starting to get desperate, flinging shots.
Woo! Sneaky. And kind of flamboyant. Almost like bolo shots from Bogle.
Winging now. All right, so we didn't get the 5th round stoppage, so that prediction, that ticket is ripped up. But will we get one in the 6th? As we go to the 6th and final round between Loui Lopez and Jaleik Bogle. Thompson Boxing. Our main event coming up next. A fun fight, a firefight is expected. Saul the B. Sanchez, Eros Correa, La Quema, California, San Jose, California. A lot on the line. Our main event, that's next.
Here we go, fight fans. Put your hands together. This is the 6th and final round.
As they touch gloves in the center of the ring, 6th and final round. A fight being controlled by Loui Lopez. Can he end this? Does he go for it, Doug? Because you have a fighter in Bogle who's exhausted, but he's also desperate.
Yeah, it looks like Lopez is going for it. He'll try.
Lopez 10-0, 4 KOs. Bogle in the southpaw stance now. And Bogle's starting to bring some pressure here.
Yes, and he's wisely going to Lopez's body. We got to remember, Bogle has never tasted defeat as a professional. So he's going to empty his tank as well. He knows he needs to pull off a miracle here if he's going to remain unbeaten. So he's trying just as hard as Lopez, even though he's losing this fight.
And he's leaving himself exposed, Doug Fisher, as Bogle.
Yeah, that high guard from the opening rounds is gone. He's just too tired. He's arm weary. I'm sure his ribs and sides are aching. His hips are probably aching. He's taking a lot of punishment from Lopez. But credit to him, he's still trying to figure something out. He's hanging in there. He's not in like total survival mode, in other words.
Less than a minute to go in the fight. Loui Lopez controlling it, landing the body shot. Bogle is tough. And his corner is telling him, go, Jaleik, go. It's kind of hard to go when you're getting smacked like that. Body shots from Loui Lopez. I don't think there's anything left in that tank for Bogle. His corner's imploring him. He's tough though. He's tough.
He is. There's something to work with. He's gonna get his first loss as a professional tonight, but you know, with the right training situation and the right support, he could have a promising career.
Yeah.
He could go on a win streak.
You see something there with Bogle.
Oh yeah, he's got ability and he's got heart.
Yep, 6 good rounds, no knockout, no knockdowns, but a good fun fight between Loui Lopez and Jaleik Bogle in our co-feature tonight. One more fight to go. Our main event is up next. We'll be back with a decision here at Thompson Boxing in Ontario, California.
They may call individually, but we need to make that. A lot of POs are.
Paving the way to your personal sanctuary that you simply can't stop thinking about. Find yours at bellegarde.com.
Experience the world's largest compatible cordless system. Makita's LXT batteries take you from power tools to outdoor power equipment. The blower delivers power comparable to a 24cc gas model. From the job site to your home, reach speeds of 116 miles per hour. Use Makita's cordless products anytime, anywhere. One system, endless possibilities. Now get 2 extra free batteries.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 exciting rounds of boxing action to the judges' scorecards we go. Raul Caiz Sr. sees about 59 to 54. Both Dr. Lou Moret and Fernando Villarreal both see about 60 to 53. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. From Corona, California, Loui Lopez.
Crowd making noise for their fighter. Loui Lopez gets his 11th victory, unanimous decision. I like what I saw, Doug. The progression of Loui Lopez continues to get better.
This is the best I've ever seen him. He was in with a really capable fighter, a very talented fighter, a fighter who I think could have a future.
Yeah.
Lopez continues to get better because he continues to challenge himself. Yeah. This wouldn't happen if he was just fighting ham and eggers. You know what I mean?
Jaleik Bogle stepped up in competition, comes up short, but I like him. I definitely want to see him again. And as he progresses in his career, this is definitely somebody that can give people some havoc. Ami Stewart says, great job, Jaleik. You're right. If you're watching tonight from Florida and you're shouting out, representing for, Jaleik Bogle, nothing wrong to hang your head about that.
No.
This is a tough fighter in Loui Lopez. And I saw flashes from Bogle. You're like, you know what? There's something there with this guy.
Yeah.
That'll be good. So our main event is coming up next. For those of you guys wondering what happened to Yuyu Acosta, his fight fell out. Let's just say the fight wasn't cleared, and without getting into too much details about it, but Yuyu will be joining us on the broadcast of the main event with Sal Sanchez. You'll get a couple rounds with them. We'll talk to Yuyu and see what's on the progress for him. Our main event is Sal Sanchez taking on Eros Correa. There it is. King Samuel watching us in San Jose, California. Shout out to you. And Jessica Rosales is at her desk, does a great job as always interviewing everybody. She'll be talking to the fighter in a bit, which is Loui Lopez. And thank you for watching wherever you may be. Daniel Ochoa, I know you're in Blythe, California. We got people all over the United States. Got a couple people across the pond watching us also. So thank you for it right now. Jessica Rosales and Loui Lopez are standing by.
All right, guys. Loui Lopez gets the unanimous decision win. You're telling them to shush and be quiet. No. We want them to be loud. Do me a favor. Turn around and get these people to cheer. That is the energy that we like to see after a great performance tonight. Tell us about tonight's fight. Obviously, your conditioning looked really well out there. When your opponent kind of started to gas out towards those later rounds, how did you feel going those 6?
I felt good. I was ready to go 8. I'm not gonna lie though, I felt a little drawn out today. I didn't think I had that good of a performance, but I knew taking him in the later rounds was really gonna be effective because I know he's never won 6 rounds. So I knew I really had to pick it up after the 3rd round and just kind of take it to him and break him down a little bit. No slouch to him though. He was a really, really tough opponent.
They always say that you're always your worst critic. You said you didn't have the best performance tonight. What would you grade yourself if you were to do so?
Honestly, like a 5, a 4 to be honest. I felt like I was going in really, really good shape this fight, so I was really pressing for a knockout. But like I said, the guy was no slouch, man. He was really on his P's and Q's, so I know I had to be careful and be smart about my attack. So that's what I had to do.
Speaking of going for that knockout, it seemed like it got pretty close there. I think it was in the 3rd, in those last couple of seconds. I almost feel like if you had an extra 10, 20 seconds, you might have got that knockout. What happened there? Just fell a little short.
You know what? I knew I heard him, and then it was like a really delayed reaction. So when I heard him, I kind of put my pump on the brakes a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, he's hurt. I heard everybody start yelling, so I jumped on him, and I'm like an idiot. I was trying to go for his head, trying to go for the knockout. I should have went to the body and got him out of there. But it is what it is. You live and you learn, right?
And, it's funny for me to hear you say that this, you're giving yourself a 5, a 4 on a scale of 1 through 10 when, Dougie and Beto, pretty impressed with what they saw from you tonight, saying this is probably the best that they've seen you. They like the change that they see in you. What has been so different about Loui Lopez? What are you changing and trying to evolve into?
Just working on myself, trying to, be a better athlete, be a better professional, and really just taking these hard fights. This was really giving me the better experiences, taking these tough fights. And like me, I don't turn down nobody. I mean, if you want to fight me, I'm down to fight anybody. So that's just how the mentality that I have. I'll fight anybody, anywhere, and that's just how I'm always going to be. And I think that's what betters me in the ring.
what we like to hear. We like to hear anybody, anywhere, anytime. Loui Lopez going 6 tonight, getting the unanimous decision win. Anything you want to say to those fans at home before we get you to talk to the fans behind us?
Oh, I want to give a big shout out to my family, my sisters, my mom, my dad, everybody, my girlfriend, my whole family, man. They're really big in this. They helped me out tremendously. I honestly, I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for them, and all my fans and my family. They support me really good. So, I mean, that's what keeps me motivated to keep doing this.
Of course, on our screen, you can see some of those highlights from tonight. Kind of talk us through the fight tonight. What really worked for you in there?
The body attack. I knew the body attack was going to work. I started going a lot to the body probably like 2-3 fights ago, and it's just really been paying the difference for me. Even in sparring, I mean, even Henry tells me, he's like, bro, your body attack just gotten so much better. It's just like, it's going to help you in these later rounds. So, I mean, I'm like Chavez, man, master of the disaster of the body.
We are seeing the evolution of Loui Lopez here, Thompson Boxing. Loui, before we let you go, I got to have you do it again. Turn around and please give a shout out to these people right here. Give these people some love. This is my favorite part about doing fights here is I love the fans here. Loui, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. Good luck getting back to the locker room. I think you're going to get stopped for about 50, 60, 100 pictures, all right? So you have a good night. All right, guys, I know a lot of you, we've been reading those comments. You guys are ready for the main event. So guess what? It is time now. We've got Saul, Sanchez, Eros Correa coming up right now on Thompson Boxing.
Being back in the Doubletree, it feels good being back fighting. It's been last year since I fought in December, and I'm ready. I know Eros, he's been, you know, he won national titles in the amateurs. He fought current world champions right now, and that's pro, that's champions right now. He fought them in amateurs and beat them, and I know he's good, and he's gonna put on a good fight. But I'm ready for whatever he brings. My training camp has been, I've been training for a while since the beginning of the year, because I was fighting in March, then May, and then they moved it to right now. And then, but training camp been good. I didn't really change anything. You know, I'm ready to fight anyone and whoever for any style that comes to the table, and I'll be ready to fight tonight. My expectation tonight is to go after him from round 1 to round 10 if it lasts that long. But I'm looking for the stoppage. I need to get on him from the beginning rounds with pressure. And shout out to all my family and friends that came out tonight to support me, and thank you.
It feels really good. I'm really happy, and I'm just super thankful for Thompson Boxing having me here, and it just feels good. Yeah, when I got presented the opportunity to fight Saul Sanchez, I was happy and just relieved. Kind of felt like this is my moment. I've thought about fighting him in the past, so I know it was my type of fight, and I had the perfect sparring for this camp, and I was just like, yeah, it's meant to be. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight, and yeah, I'll definitely take it right away. My training camp started in San Jose, and yeah, just sparred with the same guys that spar around the area in the Bay Area, and they gave me great work. I think I was getting ready for another fight like a month ago, so I was already in shape. So I've been training for 2 months already. Hard, and yeah, I just picked up the training. I'm always training, I'm always running. So when I got the opportunity to fight him, I was already in shape. So it was pretty much just fine tuning and just going a little bit of extra rounds and sparrings, and that's about it. I'm pretty much there already. I was there when I got the opportunity, and now I'm just peaking. I'm right on. I'm just saying, tune in to everyone that's watching me, tune in, and I'm super grateful that you guys are still watching me. It's been a long career. I mean, I've been fighting for half of my life now, and everyone's always been super supportive. Tonight, you're gonna see just the great fight, and you're gonna see the best of me.
Here we go, fight fans. Let's get the action going once again. Please welcome out of the red corner from San Jose, California. Here is Eros Correa.
Eros Correa, San Jose, California. Sangre de Colima is the song he's coming into. That's where his family has roots. Where's that? Regida is the band that he's coming into. Eros Correa, with a record of 11-1, 8 KOs. His only loss coming on a Thompson Boxing show. He's on the B side tonight. Not a position that he's used to being in, but he's trying to get back into the zone where he's going to be. So if you're in the San Jose area, let people know. Send the link. Let them know what's going on. If you're going to send it to the Thompson Facebook show, or if you're going to let them know in the Thompson YouTube. Just send somebody a link. Let them know it's main event time. Correa with a red and black.
And now please welcome his opponent as he makes his way to the ring out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pacoima, California, here is Saul the Beast Sanchez.
Coming in some Tupac. Saul's the given name. Nobody calls him that. It's Sal Sanchez. But you got to go with the legal name. Got a couple of regional belts. The Beast, 18-1, 11 KOs. His only loss came on a Thompson show when he was the A side. He's battled himself back into contender status. This is going to be a good scrap. 118-pound division is stacked. And tonight, two young fighters are going to go at it in our main event tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the feature attraction, as this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission Executive Officer Andy Foster, Chairman Peter Villegas, and sponsored by Thompson Building Materials, transforming spaces into beautiful places with locations throughout California. Omega Products International, the leading stucco manufacturer in the U.S. Henry Ford Fiber Moisture System Control, as easy as 1, 2, 3. And Makita, rule the outdoors. Your three judges ringside should the bout go the distance are Raul Caiz Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Fernando Villarreal. Your ringside physicians, Dr. Jeff Roberts and Kelly Tucker, and your timekeeper, Mike North. And last but not least, the man in charge of the action at the bell, Eddie Hernandez Sr. 10 rounds of action in the bantamweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California, where battles are fought and champions are made, ladies and gentlemen, let the battles begin. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He steps to the ring tonight wearing the red trunks with black. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 118 pounds even. As a professional, he has 12 fights to his credit, including 11 victories with 1 defeat. 8 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight from San Jose, California, introducing Eros Correa. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He steps in the ring tonight with a black trunks with gold. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 118 pounds even. As a professional, he has 19 fights to his credit, including 18 victories against 1 defeat. 11 of those victories coming to you by way of KO. Ranked number 5 by the WBO. Ranked number 8 by the WBA. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is from Pacoima, California, introducing the hard-hitting Saul the Beast Sanchez. Once again, your referee in charge, Eddie Hernandez Sr., to give the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, been over the rules with you both. You're professionals. I expect you to conduct yourself as such. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Eddie Hernandez Sr., the third man in the ring. Doug Fisher.
Yeah, Sanchez is the younger man at 25. He has a slight height advantage. Correa has a slight reach advantage.
That's the voice of Doug Fisher, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. I'm Bethel Duran, and we're joined now by a man who was supposed to be on the card tonight, but things fell apart, but he's here broadcasting for a couple rounds. George El Yuyu Acosta. Yuyu, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to commentate this fight. I mean, I'm upset that I didn't fight tonight, but I'm happy to be next to you guys commentating these fights.
Yeah, so medical issues did not allow the fight to happen, but we'll leave it at that because you don't want to get too much into people's records. But here it is. We got 10 rounds in the bantamweight division. Saul Sanchez, the Beast, 18-1. He's trained by Manny Robles at Legends Boxing Academy that Manny runs, along with Edgar Hassel Estrellita. Saul from the 818 Pacoima is a young man that, you know, with all honesty, I told him, like, Saul, what are you doing back here at the Doubletree? Because last year, Doug, he had a fantastic performance against a fighter that people weren't giving Saul much of an opportunity against.
That would be Jericho O'Quinn, and that was an appearance on the legendary Showbox series on Showtime. And O'Quinn was the favorite, and Sanchez let O'Quinn and the boxing world know that he's a real up-and-comer at 118 pounds.
And as you know, with the sport of boxing, you with the business side, you make a performance like that, and it's like, oh, maybe we don't want to fight this guy. And so it's been tough for Saul to get some fights. Eros Correa is here. One thing about it is Thompson Boxing keeps their guys active. There was talks of maybe fighting Jason Maloney in Australia. That fell apart. At the end of the day, you want to get action. Right, you just stay active.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be successful, you need to stay active.
And the fact that, and it wasn't a good offer, but the fact that Jason Maloney's people reached out to Sanchez lets Sal know that he's on the radar. Because Maloney is a top-rated bantamweight. He's fought for the bantamweight title. He's highly rated by Ring Magazine and all of the other independent rankings out there. And that's where Sanchez wants to be. So he's got to win a fight like tonight and stay busy and keep winning. And I think he's on his way. He's already ranked in the top 10 of 2 of the 4 major sanctioning organizations. And so he's headed in the right direction.
Well, and then also that Doug, though, we saw young Bam Rodriguez step up and take an opportunity, bet on himself, as a right shot lands by Sanchez here on the jaw of Eros Correa. Sanchez sitting down on his punches here early.
Yeah, these are fast, hard, and accurate power punches from Sanchez. Very impressive.
Good opening round for Saul Sanchez. This was scheduled for 10. 2 young fighters. Back and forth action is what we're expecting tonight. Bethel Duran, Doug Fisher, and El Yuyu, George Acosta, here on the broadcast. So Yuyu, you were supposed to have a fight, but how have you been, man? How's everything going with you?
I've been good. I've been good. I've been training hard. And I've been in the gym. I've been ready. I've been underweight. Normally, I walk around a little heavier, but I've been within 10 pounds. Or within.
We follow you on social media. You were shredded.
Yeah, I've been pretty much been on weight for the last like 2.5 months. So I was prepared for this night. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I'll be ready for the next one. Absolutely.
As a fighter, do you have to take like a week or two off to avoid overtraining, or do you just stay in the gym and hope that another date opens up as soon as possible?
It just depends on how hard the training was, and the training was hard. But no, I feel good. I think it's just dependent on the fighter. Only when the fighter knows how the body feels. So if you feel good, go back in the gym.
What did you like in the first round from Sal?
He was very aggressive coming forward, but Correa, right? Or Eros?
Eros Correa, yes.
He's a little awkward. He moves side to side, and he drops his hands. He throws a little counter shots as Sal comes forward, and he connects. Maybe it's not hard shots, but they're still connecting, and it throws Sanchez off a little bit.
Yeah, Correa's not easy to hit. He's got that amateur background. He is kind of awkward. He can punch on the fly. So I was impressed that towards the end of the round, Sanchez was able to get him up against the ropes and zero in with those hard hooks and right hands.
Yep.
Is this a fight that Correa wants to go back and forth with Sal, or what's his game plan, do you think?
No, I think Correa should keep his distance away from Sal because Sal's really good on the inside. You know, I've seen Sal train at the gym. We both train over there at Knockouts with over there at Manny's gym, and he goes. Anyone he spars, he pushes them and is always coming forward, aggressive, and Correa doesn't want to be on the inside training.
That
hook.
hook.
The left by Sal, followed up with the right.
Yeah, Sanchez is the guy with the Beast nickname, so obviously you don't want to trade with that guy on the inside. And I think Correa, as an amateur, he was known as a stick and move type specialist.
Correa, an extensive amateur career, was thinking about the Olympics and was on that path.
He had 60 wins as an amateur against like 10 or 15 losses, and 2 of those 60 victories came against Stephen Fulton, who's now a unified champion at 122 pounds. So that's got to be a motivator for somebody like Correa. Like, he's got to look at where Fulton is and be like, hey, at one time we were peers, you know? And in coming off a loss as well, just one fight removed from a loss that he thought, I mean, he was very confident going into that fight with Akitsugi. There has to be a fire lit in his belly if he's really serious about being a professional. So I expect to see the best of Correa, and he's trying in there.
Yeah, the loss that you're talking about was Katsuma Akitsuki, and that was in the bubble, a Thompson bubble in Corona in the warehouse. Katsuma has gone on to upset a few more fighters, a couple of them being Golden Boy fighters, and he's now looking at possibly getting on bigger cards, and he's gone his way to the zone for Katsuma Akitsuki.
Yeah, and he's easy to root for. Akitsugi kind of, he applied like a technical, a quiet pressure. Yep. And I say quiet because he's not a power puncher. So he kind of lulls guys into a false sense of security, but he's outworking them.
Yep.
And tonight, Korea's got a boxer puncher in front of him.
So what are they telling you? Possibly next card? Or?
Yeah, so the next card, I'll be on the next card July 22nd, I believe.
Okay.
I think it'll be here in here in Ontario. So that's the next one, and we'll be ready for that one. It'll be an 8-round fight.
All right, let's look at the highlights. What do you see here, Yu?
Same as the first round. I see Sanchez coming forward, being aggressive, catching Correa on the inside. But he's got to be careful too, because Correa will throw. He'll throw as Sanchez is throwing, and sometimes he's getting caught. But I have Sanchez up 2 rounds so far.
Same here.
And I believe this is Correa's first 10-round fight too, right?
Scheduled, yes.
Yes.
Manny Robles does a great job developing young fighters, and Manny, that old school trainer, Chato, his late father. And what's Manny doing tomorrow? He's working an amateur show, the WBC
like
Green Belt Challenge. So He's bringing kids in, and stable come in, they come out, and guys move on. And Manny's developing young fighters. He has a couple young fighters that are amateurs that he uses to spar with Sal Sanchez. So he said it's not a problem finding Sal quality sparring. You said you see that, huh?
Oh yeah, no, he's getting top sparring all the time. A lot of great fighters show up at the gym. Oh,
body shot looking good. Eros lands one, but Sal comes back and lands three. Stalking is Sal Sanchez in the black and gold.
Tell you what, you can't have a lapse of concentration against Sal Sanchez. You have to be dialed in at all times. And you have to be doing something. If you're not hitting him back, Correa has to be really careful there. Sal times that left hook really well. But if your hands aren't moving, your feet better be moving, because Sal lives up to that nickname.
Eros, you see you see Eros' left hand low. Do you like that?
No. He's dropping both hands. He's dropping his left hand, dropping his right hand. He is moving his upper body a little bit, but it's not enough against Sanchez, because he's throwing multiple punches. If Sanchez was only throwing 1 or 2 shots, then he can get away with dropping his hands. But Sanchez is throwing 3-4 punch combinations, and at least one of those are landing. So he needs to bring that left hand up. I don't know why he drops it, maybe to get a break or maybe to confuse Sanchez. But you got to be careful with that, because Sanchez has a good right hand too.
A minute to go in the third round, scheduled for 10. Sal Sanchez in the black and gold, Eros Correa in the red. Sanchez has been first. That was the game plan for Manny Robles. He said, we're going to be first, we're going to be aggressive, we're going to attack. We don't want Correa to try to grab at all. So far we're seeing that Sal with another left hook. You like what you see from Sal Sanchez, Acosta?
Yeah, no, he's looking good. When Eros when he moves back, he's kind of like leaning backwards. It makes Sanchez's punches look a little bit more dramatic than they might be.
I was just thinking about that.
But the judges might see it as an effective shot.
Yeah, the way Correa reacts to some of these punches, like he feels he's leaning away from the shot, but it looks like he's just getting hit heavy.
Exactly.
Like the shot is pushing him back.
Yep.
Thompson Building Materials, Orange, Fontana, Lomita, Camarillo, San Diego, Ripon, Sacramento. That's Aaliyah, ring girl tonight. Phil Collins in the air tonight. Estrellita working the cuts. There you see Manny Robles the third with the water bottle. Manny recently retired. He's now following in the family business. Manny fought for the world title against Shu Khan. Excellent fighter in his own right. That's the corner of Eros Correa, San Jose. Shout out to Loui Boxing in the Bay Area always. And just as that, look, as soon as I say Loui Boxing, I check my Twitter. Here's a tweet from Loui. Beto Eros is a great boxer, highly influenced by Edwin Valero's fighting style. A fighter who can bang at times. Okay, if that's the case, then you have to start doing that.
Yeah, here's the thing. Edwin Valero had incredible punching power.
Overhand right, winging it is Eros Correa.
Correa's got a nice jab. I like his jab, but his hook and his cross, it's not the tightest technique. And it leaves him open to a guy like Sanchez, who has very compact punches. Sal's not just fast, he's technically clean.
Yep. And Correa's getting caught, but honestly, he looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah, he is.
When he was walking back to the corner, he raised his hands and he looked confident. So he doesn't look phased.
I think he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's got solid whiskers, but he's losing these rounds.
Oh, now he's trying to let his hands go a little bit. I think he's switching up the game plan a little bit. Maybe he was filling out Sanchez.
Well, he's got some rounds to work with, but he's got to start getting started. He's got to start getting to work. And I think a little bit more activity would help.
Elusive is Eros Correa. It's hard to hit him flush.
Yep.
Not that time. He shakes his head like, "Nah, you didn't get me." Which means what, you?
That means you got caught. Nice body shot.
Sal Sanchez. He's only had one round in the last year because he knocked him out. So the activity, though, he stayed in the gym. We're being told that he had fights, fell apart, negotiations. And also, Doug, if you're going to be fighting a Maloney, you got to make sure the money's right to be going to Australia. Yeah, you want the opportunity, but at the same time, you've earned the respect of making some money.
Eros is letting his hands go this round. He's actually looking pretty good.
But he's got to be careful when he does that, huh?
Yep. He's mixing up his combinations. I think he's he's just switching it up. Maybe his corner told him to try something new because what he was doing earlier on the fight, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Now he's throwing multiple punches.
And we're also seeing that that Sanchez has a little bit of difficulty with the lateral movement.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think Correa noticed that.
It's actually a solid round from Correa.
The Soul Collector on YouTube, that's a very good comment right there. Oh man, this is the comments on YouTube are talking about Berlanga and the biting.
Yeah, he's everybody's favorite whipping boy right now. But he was wrong for doing that. George, nobody's ever bit you during a fight or even a sparring session?
No.
You've never had the urge to do anything
To bite
like
someone?
that?
No.
Yes. Okay.
I've never.
Just checking. Just want to know.
Saludos a Henry que nos está mirando en Chile. Henry, sí he ido a Chile una vez. Fui a Valparaíso y también fui a la casa de Pablo Neruda. Estaba en Santiago. So they're watching us in Chile right now. As we head to the fifth round, Sal Sanchez in the black and gold, Eros Correa black and red. Yu, how do you have it after 4 rounds?
I really like the last round by Correa, but I still have Sanchez ahead, 3 rounds to 1. Let's see how Correa comes out this round. See if he sticks with the last round.
I agree with you.
Okay. Cool.
But I wouldn't be shocked if at least 2 of the 3 official judges had it a shutout through 4 rounds for Sanchez because of how Correa sort of defends against those shots. You know, he's twisting his head or he's leaning back, and sometimes it looks like he's getting hit flush. Or sometimes it looks like he got hit when he actually slipped the punch.
Right.
Fight Star, Casino Boxing, Ulti Fight, Supreme Boxing, and True Boxing Heads. Thank you for your media sponsorship. This round brought to you by Infinity Bank. G-Funky Boxing has it 2-2.
Interesting.
Jose Robles, watching in Puerto Peñasco, home of Gallo Estrada. Saludos.
I think Sanchez should aim more punches to the body because of that upper body rotation he gets from Correa. And George, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're in against somebody who's moving a lot, attacking the body slows him down.
Yeah, absolutely. You would want to aim for the body because the body moves the least. You know,
Right.
the head's moving. But if you aim for the body, or sometimes just aim for the arms, aim for the shoulders, aim for the bicep, hit them anywhere. You know, above the belt, of course.
Good shot landed by Correa. All right, I'm going to shout out the people on Twitter. On YouTube. Tito Mac has a 3-1 Correa. Other people have it 3-1 Correa. They're saying Sal's getting shut out. All right.
What?
This is the YouTube comment section.
Wow. They like sticking movers. I've noticed that. The hardcore social media boxing fans.
That's a good combo for Correa.
And here's another thing. We're right by the ring.
Yep.
And we can hear, from the boom mic, we can hear the impact of these punches. So from our perspective, it's like Sanchez was teeing off in the first 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, this is a really solid round for Correa. He's starting to now he's moving, but now he's throwing his punches. Oh, good response by Sanchez.
Yeah, I want to see more of that from Sanchez. 2-fisted attack to the body. Because he's missing to the head now.
Yep. And looks like Correa's setting up that left hook to the body. He landed a couple times this round. That was a hook to the head there. Trying to confuse Sanchez. Oh.
Yeah, he's giving Sanchez some awkward looks.
Yep. And sometimes those are the hardest. Those are the hardest fighters. The awkward, the not so technical fighters. They
sure.
make, it's not a boxing match anymore. It's a fight.
You see Manny Robles talking to Sal Sanchez. All right. Tony Couture's our unofficial scorekeeper, says, forget it, I quit. Rip up the scorecards. Sal's going to come by stoppage. Okay. So our unofficial scorecard has ripped up his scorecard, so I guess I guess he's not getting paid tonight, Tony Couture. That's a good point from the Soul Collector. We'll see if Correa has gas in the tank later on in the rounds. It's a schedule for 10 rounds. It's round number 6.
I'll tell you what I like about both these guys. They're relaxed in there.
Yep.
I mean, when the camera catches Correa between rounds sitting on his stool, I mean, he's not breathing hard. He doesn't seem like he's stressed out at all. He seems like he still has his confidence.
Well, that's his style. I think the more he moves, the more he actually relaxes. It sounds kind of weird, but when you move and you have really good footwork, you're actually resting, and it seems like he's kind of waiting for Sanchez to slow down, and that's when he throws the 3, 4, 5 punches. So I think so far he's the last couple of rounds, Correa's been taking it, because Sanchez is coming forward. Sanchez, he'll never quit. He'll come forward. You can hit him a bunch of times. He's moving forward. Pressure fighter.
And Doug, we talked about this in the opening, the 118-pound division. Let us know, educate us, how stacked is it?
Well, all you need to know is the champion is Naoya Inoue. He's also #1 pound for pound. He's a generational talent, but the guys that he's beat, like Nonito Donaire, and Nonito Donaire is almost 40. He's still a juggernaut for that division, and he's still a top-rated bantamweight, even though he doesn't have a world title anymore. And he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And then you got guys like Jason Maloney. You got from Puerto Rico, Emmanuel Rodriguez, who is a really talented boxer technician. That's another Inoue KO victim. There's a lot. There's Paul Butler, as we talked about, who just entered the rankings by winning the vacant WBO title. There's a lot of talent at 118 pounds.
Sanchez's face on the left side is starting to show some wear as Eros Correa starting to pick it up.
Nice body shot.
Correa moves around. It's hard to find him. So if you're Sanchez right now, how do you control this ring, George Acosta?
I would like to see Sanchez throw a lot more fakes. Throw feints, make Correa move, and as soon as he moves, that's when you throw, right? Because Correa likes to move to his left a lot. He'll kind of lean back and move to his left. If Sanchez were to fake and maybe come with the overhand right as he's leaning to the left, it might be a good shot.
That's the voice of George and Yuyu Acosta. Was supposed to be on the card tonight. His fight fell through, but is here as a broadcaster. doing an excellent job as the 6th round winding down in our main event here at Thompson Boxing in Ontario, California. Sal Sanchez, Eros Correa going back and forth.
That was a close round.
Yes, it was.
Really good round.
Correa is in this fight.
Yep.
I've got Sanchez ahead, but I've only got him ahead by 2 points.
Look at the highlights, Juju. What do you see?
Correa letting his hands go, but he's getting caught right at the end of the punches because he's dropping his hands. So he'll throw, but he'll drop his hands. See right there, dropping his hands. Boom, he gets caught. But there's nothing solid, but he's still getting caught. Maybe the judges might see his head moving back, and they might count it as a hard shot, or you never know what these judges are looking after.
Seventh round of action, our main event. Beto Duran, Yuyu Acosta, Doug Fisher, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. And you saw Manny Robles imploring his fighter to pick up the pace, and he does that here to start the round. Sitting down on his punches is Sal Sanchez, but moving out is Eros Correa in the red trunks. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Watching this good fight, 118-pounders. Each of them with one loss, a lot on the line for both of them.
I'd like to see Eros go a little bit more to the body and try slowing Sanchez down, because Sanchez, like his nickname, is a beast, and he just comes forward and throws and throws. Maybe he slows him down a little bit. Maybe Correa can find his rhythm and start winning more rounds. Been a good fight so far. Correa's making a nice comeback from the earlier rounds.
Yeah, he hasn't lost his will to win, and he hasn't lost his confidence. And you're right, it's all about him getting into his rhythm, and it's an awkward rhythm.
This is what you expected from Eros Correa. Stay there and then move as soon as he can. He's elusive. He'll land a punch or two, but will judges reward the stick and move? Or will they look forward to the puncher who's sitting down and throwing the bigger shots? It's a close fight now here in the 7th.
Oh. Nice right hook.
Good one shot landed by Correa.
Yeah, and it was a straight right, and you would expect that to be the choice power punch from a guy who's got his upper body at the angle that Correa has it at. And I like that. He's making himself a more difficult target by not squaring up in front of Sanchez.
Eros is bouncing around. He's very confident in this round as Eros Correa.
Yeah, and he's using that nice shot. He's using that left hand. He's pawing it to distract Sanchez so he can land the right hand. And I think he hurt Sanchez right now.
And if he hasn't hurt Sanchez, he's definitely he's earning respect. And he's also frustrating Sanchez.
Without a doubt, Sanchez looks frustrated here in this round. Correa looks very confident. The fighter from San Jose, California. Right hand, left hook by Correa. Good one, too. Solid round for Eros Correa here in the 7th. As the round is winding down, Correa controlling this round very easy.
Solid. He's showing that confidence when he walks back to the corner. And that's all it is. During the fight, the training's already done. It's all about your mindset when you go into that ring. And right now, Eros is full of confidence right now.
Estrellita Edgar Hassel working the inch swell on the left eye of Sal Sanchez. It's a very calm corner, though. I mean, they've been there before. Of course, they trained Andy Ruiz for his huge upset. Trained Oscar Valdez for his first world title. experienced corner for Saul Sanchez. It's up to the fighter. What can he do here in the 8th round in a very close fight? Our main event on Thompson Boxing's Path to Glory from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California. Thank you for joining us, Beto Duran, El Yuyu, George Acosta, and Doug Fisher. Left hook from Sal. Another left hook from Sal Sanchez. And that's what Correa does not want to do, right? Yuyu, get close like that?
Exactly. He wants to either keep moving. He needs to keep moving, especially against Sanchez, who likes to come forward and throw those punches. If you stay in front of Sanchez, it's going to be a long night, or maybe a short night, actually. But he's got to keep moving, throw punches, and move.
Eros is really confident because he's keeping his hands really low, Doug.
Yeah, and as long as he's on the move and he's controlling that distance, he puts his reach advantage to good work.
1-2 from Sanchez, partially blocked though.
Yeah, Correa backed up to the ropes. Sal started this round off with some nice jabs, and I think he needs to get back to that. When he's on the hunt, he can't neglect his jab. And if the jab is not landing to the head, he should aim it to the chest or even the stomach.
Why is he having trouble cutting off the ring, Yuyu?
I think he's just following Eros around. You know, he's not taking the steps to the right. He keeps circling to his left a little bit, and Eros keeps moving to the left, I think, nice left hook.
Yeah, so the power is definitely from Sal. Sanchez in the black. But if you cut off the ring, he can't get away from you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, easier said than done sometimes, right. Especially when your punches are coming, throwing at you. Sometimes it's hard to think in there, and you don't want to think too much because then you might get caught.
A minute to go in the 8th round. Sanchez landing the bigger shots in this one.
This is a great fight, back and forth action.
So we expected. You said it. The bantamweight division is hot. These two are trying to make a climb up. Take a huge step up after tonight. Who's going to be the guy? Eros Correa was on the shelf for a while. Management issues. Now a new lease in his boxing career.
Seems like the script of this fight is Sanchez comes out strong the first minute, slows down a little bit, and then Eros starts coming out or starts finishing the round strong. So that's why it makes these rounds super hard makes it hard to score these rounds. Oh.
Big shot from Correa at the end. Did Correa do enough at the end of the round to steal the round that Sanchez had started so strong?
What do you guys think you guys are watching the fight? I mean, as a fighter, we kind of have our own perspective on the fights throughout the round. But what do you guys think? Do you guys prefer fighters to finish strong, or how would you score a round? If they finish strong, or if they start strong?
To me, you don't steal the round with a final punch or flurry unless it's a quality punch.
Right.
It's got to be real power and a real flush shot that at least momentarily stuns the fighter or momentarily changes the complexion of that round. I thought that it was a competitive and close round, but I still gave Sanchez the edge. I thought for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, he was landing the better punches, the more effective punches. Even though the aggression wasn't always effective, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yep.
A dangerous fight for both of these two, putting their records on the line. Let's get after it. In the 9th round, Saul Sanchez in the black and gold, if you're just joining us right now. He controlled the early part of the fight, and in the middle round, Eros Correa came on. Who can take away the last third of the fight here at Thompson Boxing's Path to Glory? He's so hard, he's so elusive as Eros Correa.
I just see Sanchez throw that left uppercut to the stomach, though, right in the center of the stomach. That's what moves the least when you have someone moving their upper body so much. And if you land it flush, it'll pay dividends later.
Correa was working, not boxing, and was looking at guys that from the 2012 Olympic team that he knew, guys that he had gone to many amateur tournaments with, and it just wasn't happening for him. The frustration in the sport of boxing is the business side. You're finding out. Yep. Here he is as the B-side fighter tonight, trying to get his career back on track.
You know, he didn't enter this ring with a B-side mentality.
Nope.
I think he entered this ring with a lot of confidence. He knew he had a dangerous opponent in front of him, and he's probably more dialed in for this fight than he was for the Akitsugi fight.
Definitely see that. Looks different demeanor.
Yeah.
And
so,
also, we were fighting in a warehouse with nobody there.
Exactly. This is different. But I like it. There's a sense of urgency from both men. Sanchez is trying to protect that great momentum that he has right now in his career, and protect his ratings in the sanctioning organizations. And Correa at age 29, he's fighting with a sense of urgency because really it's kind of now or never.
Correa slipping. 30 seconds to go in the 9th round. The confidence and moving around is definitely on the face of Eros Correa. Some frustration. And Sal Sanchez in black. Shot from Correa. Olay the Matador right there. A little movement for Correa in another tight round.
Not even breathing hard. Not even breathing hard.
It's a tight contest.
Amara's V. Ring girl for the 10th and final round. As we head to the 10th and final round, Doug Fisher, how's your unofficial scorecard looking?
After 9 rounds, I have Sanchez up by only 1 point, 86 to 85. I scored rounds 4, 5, 7, and 9 for Eros Correa.
I lost track after the fourth. I lost track after the 4th round. It was.
You can feel, as a boxer especially, you can feel this is close. It's tight.
Oh, absolutely. I honestly, it's based on this last round. I think whoever shows the most.
Here we go,
most dominance.
Put your hands together and cheer the fighters on. This is the 10th and final round.
Let them know, Yu, it's hard to watch a fight and watch every single part of it, right? It's different when you're broadcasting. It's easy from the couch, isn't it? 10th and final round. Sal Sanchez in black. Eros Correa in red. I can see it going either way. Who can do something to separate and step it up here in the 10th round on Thompson Boxing's path to glory? A jab from Sal, they exchange a couple. 1-2 from Correa. Another combination from Correa.
Yeah, Sal's a little bit, and this is the story of the fight. He's been a little bit too comfortable with blocking punches.
Yep.
And he's like, well, I blocked it, but, not all the judges can see it from that perspective.
Also, Doug, what about Correa moving around so much the last couple of rounds? Judges will they favor that? Not look at that.
Yeah, it depends on the judge. They're close rounds. As George has pointed out, Correa is in his rhythm and is more effective the more he moves.
Doesn't it look like Correa thinks he's got this in the bag and he's carrying him away?
It does. No, and neither fighter has it in the bag. Neither fighter should have that attitude. Both guys should be emptying the tank. Both guys should be smart, but both guys should be bold. And I think Sanchez has got to get his hands moving.
Oh, a shot from Sanchez here. A big shot from Sal Sanchez catches Correa. Correa, that opened up his eyes. Yep. I think Correa's trying to stay away this round.
Well, I mean, it's okay to move, but he's got to move his hands as well. Got to punch on the fly and more substantial than that hook.
Yeah, he's not as active as he was in the previous rounds, less than a minute to go in the fight. One shot from Correa. Correa's not doing anything this round.
I think that right hand must have stung him a little bit.
Okay. Show up, baby! Show up, Correa! Yeah, he's moving around like, will that strategy work? And Sanchez is trying to bring it to Correa with 25 seconds to go in the fight. There you go! Show out! One for Correa. Sanchez has it back. 10 seconds to go in the fight. The main event, back and forth. Sanchez, Correa. Our main event on Thompson Boxing goes the distance.
Great fight. Great fight by both guys.
Oh, it's going to go to the judges' scorecard, and it's going to be really interesting cards at the end. And what are the judges going to favor? Eros Correa in that 9th round looked like he thought he was very confident. Sal Sanchez landed the bigger shot.
I agree. Yeah.
What's going to happen there?
Correa boxed like he was protecting a lead, and he should never assume that.
Yep. Manny Robles told me before when they were wrapping the hands, he said, this is a very dangerous fight to take against Eros Correa, and we saw that. Whether it's a win or a loss or a draw, it's a good fight that we just had, Doug.
It really was, and it's very good experience for Sanchez, especially if he gets the W. And on my unofficial scorecard, I had him up by 2 points, 96 to 94. But we'll see what the official judges have to say. But as great as a first round knockout is in terms of getting attention, you need 10-round experience before you make it to the championship rounds.
Yeah, so Doug has it unofficially. Sanchez, you didn't keep score, but what do your eyes tell you?
You know what?
Okay, you, one more time. What do your eyes tell you? You got to give me an answer.
This is 5-5.
Okay, there it is. That's your honest gut right there.
5-5.
I can see that. I can definitely see a draw between these two. As Sal gets the crowd back and forth. This is what happens at Thompson Boxing Path to Glory. You gotta fight your way out of here. You've done that. You know what it's like. There is never an easy out. If you want to get to the big time, if you want to be fighting all over the world, you earn your way here at the Doubletree, don't you?
Absolutely. These shows here are what this is how you develop. That's how the fighters develop and preparing for the big stage.
All right, Yu, thank you so much. You had it a draw. We'll talk to you. We'll see you next month as you will have a fight. Hey, Yu Costa, excellent job making his broadcast debut. We'll see you next month and on the Thompson Boxing Show here in Ontario, California. All right, Sonny Franco is going to let us know. Somebody's going to be mad. There's going to be a lot of boos, a lot of cheers for this one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing action to the judges' scorecards, we go. We have a split decision. Here are your judges' totals. Dr. Lou Moret sees about 98-92 for Correa. Raul Caiz Sr. sees it 96-94 for Sanchez. And Fernando Villarreal sees it 97-93, all in favor of your winner by split decision. From San Jose, California, Eros Correa.
Eros Correa gets the victory. We'll be back with an interview here in Ontario.
Discover the advantages of the Henry Fortifiber 123 moisture control system. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Choose the weather barrier, add the flashing, then finish up with the Henry Moist Top Sealant. Done. No guessing, no gambling. Just the winning confidence you get from our compatible systems.
Experience Makita's cordless outdoor power equipment. The mower is a part of the world's largest battery system and cuts non-stop for up to 2 miles. The self-propelled model makes mowing effortless. Get unstoppable power without the hassles of gas. Reach speeds of up to 116 miles per hour with the single battery blower. One system, endless possibilities. Now get 2 extra free batteries.
Guys, joining me now, we've got Eros Correa. Now let's go ahead and go through the scorecards one more time. 98-92 in favor of you. 96-94 for Saul Sanchez. 97-93 for you for that split decision win. Do you agree with that, or do you feel like you should have had a little more love on the cards?
Yeah, I should have had a little bit more love. I agree with the 97-93. I thought after the 4th round, I was taking it pretty smoothly from there, yeah.
I will say that, you know, this fight got a lot of attention on our YouTube channel. A lot of the people that were watching this definitely had you up in their scorecards. So let's talk about going those 10 rounds with Saul Sanchez. How tough was that, and how did this fight go for you?
It was good. It was tough. Honestly, it went by pretty fast. Like, yeah. Like, after the rounds, I kept watching what round was coming up. And, yeah, it's like before I knew it, it was already the 7th. And yeah, it was going by pretty fast.
So in what round did you feel probably the strongest, or that maybe you were at 100% kind of coasting at what felt good for you?
I think after the 5th round, I felt like I started coasting, and it was like all smooth from there, yeah. Because like the first couple rounds, I ain't gonna lie, I felt his power a little bit the first couple rounds, but I think he felt mine as well, and then it kind of like started going towards me, and then after that was smooth sailing.
There was definitely some times in that fight where we saw you, may have stunned him, kind of hurt him a little bit. What was the punch that worked for you the most tonight? You were throwing a lot at him.
Yeah, I think it was just a mixture of a lot of punches. I think it was the overhand, yeah. But it was, I was mixing it up in there, yeah. So it was a little bit of everything.
And going those 10 rounds tonight, how would you rate your performance?
I'll rate it a B plus, honestly, yeah. Yeah, because there was a couple rounds where they were pretty close. Like the first couple rounds, they were pretty close. He had some power, yeah. He looked pretty big in there too. He had some power. The first couple rounds, honestly, they were pretty close. But then after, he wasn't taking my punches too well, and that was just smooth sailing.
Of course, you got some love on the social channels tonight. We did have a lot of people that were watching that were really rooting for you. What do you want to say to everybody that was watching at home?
I just want to say thank you, and I'm coming back for more. Yeah, this isn't the last time you're going to see me. I'm coming back for more, yeah.
So what's next? What are you hoping that next fight is going to be for you?
Well, I seen he was like posting all kinds of stuff that he's gonna fight for a title eliminator. So I'll gladly take his spot. Hopefully, I get something up there ranked, something good, man, something real good. Cause I've been struggling for a long time, just not making ends meet, just struggling making fights and having hopefully something good.
I can hear it in your voice that this win kind of means a little bit more because of that. Tell me about that emotion behind it.
It's just some relief, some relief. It's a good fight. Finally, I get a good fight under me like this, a good win, and hopefully other people give me a better fight after this.
Good. Thank you so much for the time tonight. Congratulations on the win in the main event, all right? Good to meet you. All right, guys, Eros Correa wins tonight in our main event by split decision against Saul Sanchez. We will now send it back to Beto Duran, Doug Fisher ringside.
There it is. So you hear the emotion in the voice of Eros Correa. Good for him. And as he said, Sal said he wanted to fight for a title, and he would definitely take that opportunity. So a good night of action. Eros Correa, Doug, gets the victory for him. And
it was a must-win scenario for him. He's 29 years old, and he's been written off by a lot of people. So he had to win tonight. And for Saul Sanchez, you know what? It's a tough loss. I actually thought he won it by a couple points. It was that type of fight. But Sanchez is 25. He can bounce back from this. It's still a great 10-round experience, and he'll get better. Whatever he didn't do right tonight, he's going to do right next time.
As we say, you got to fight your way out of the Doubletree. Thompson Boxing matches you tough. You got to show what you're all about. And tonight it was all about Eros Correa showing that he's still somebody to mess with. So it was a good night of action. We had 5 fights your way, and AJ Saldivar got the victory in his pro debut, a first-round KO. And then, man, the lights blinded me. Who
Knuckle was next.
Nelson Oliva got the second round, or the first round stoppage.
55 seconds.
55 seconds. Then Pedro Valencia and Loui Lopez with unanimous decision. So for everybody involved on the broadcast, for Jessica Rosales, Doug Fisher, and everybody behind the scenes, Paul Lafornia, Joe Pahar, the crew, working the lights, working the cameras, working the audio, and for Alex Campanova, and of course, Mr. Ken Thompson and Jeanette Gonzalez, I'm Beto Duran. Thank you for watching Thompson Boxing.